Hello, chat. Hey, everyone. Hello, Ouija and Atare and Mare and Thunder Phoenix and Money. Congratulations on your second make an entrance ever. Is there anyone I've missed? G Charizard, hello. Welcome in, everybody. I hope you've all been doing well. How's everyone's days been, or weekends? Got a bunch of stuff during the week, a bunch of Sonic comics, a few Lego sets of the Sonic movie again, and a metal Sonic Funko Pop. Well, you've been up to a bunch, Ouija fan. I'm glad that you're expanding your collection. I haven't been expanding my collections recently. I've taken a small break from kind of buying a lot of things, but hopefully coming back to that slowly. Just in the future, I just wanted to give myself a small break, though I guess I do have a K-pop album coming in the mail that I pre-ordered, so hopefully that'll come in the next couple of days. Might be a nice present for me. I've been cross-stitching as usual. I hope you've been enjoying it. Can cross-stitching injure you? Like, do the needles hurt? I don't remember how cross-stitching works. I'm silly. I found out that someone in another Discord server I'm in is going to the same college I went to. That's cool. That's cool. I think that's like, oh. It'd be really uncanny if I found out a viewer went to the same school as me. Except for, you know, Whimsy, who we've known since, like, 7th grade. It's been a nice day outside, so me and my buddies went to play Pokemon Go. Oh, hell yeah! Atare! More? Okay, I need to check my Ko-fi? I don't actually know how it's pronounced. How much? $50! Atare, thank you so much for the early birthday present. Yeah, my throne is down because I feel like most of the things that I were requesting at that point were, like, really expensive, and even though they were all, like, for the ability to crowdfund, I still felt, like, weird about it. So I've taken down Throne for now, so you can still use my Ko-fi for donations and stuff, though I honestly, at this point, I highly recommend just doing subs and stuff like that. I think I've realized I feel a lot more comfortable when people support me in a way that also gives them something nice. Like, at least with subscriptions and stuff like that, it's a trade of sorts. I get the money and you get the emotes and stuff like that, which hopefully I'll be getting more of. But thank you so much, Atare, for the $50 donation. That is so sweet of you, and you said in your message that there is more to come, and I am terrified.
I didn't want to give Twitch my money because Amazon's stinky, so I
That
wanted
is
to make
fair
sure
enough.
you got some extra love
That is
since your
fair
birthday
enough.
is tomorrow.
It is.
I have one other thing planned, but it's not gonna be monetary.
Oh, I'm both scared and excited. You told me this yesterday, and I still think it's gonna be a song. It's gonna be a song. I feel it in my bones that there's a song coming on because Atare is a big music guy. It's not? Okay. I'm okay. Good to know. I don't want to ruin my own surprise for myself. In a few years, Atare is gonna make Zephyrberry the musical, I'm sure, with all of his incredible skills. My left middle finger is a bit dry from repeatedly accidentally poking myself. At work, I keep on getting paper cuts in the same spot to a point where it's just kind of scarred, and I kind of barely even have a fingerprint in some parts. It has healed a lot, so it's mainly better, but it used to be really, like, calloused for a while there because I'm also, unfortunately, a skin picker. So that everything would just kind of scar over and I'd pick it and then it'd scar over again. But no, I do understand that it's like rough because I don't, because Amazon is, Amazon is stinky. So, yeah, it's Amazon is stinky, so I understand why people like I don't use Amazon at all. Twitch is the only Amazon related thing I use. And even then, I kind of feel like as YouTube develops itself as a platform, I may be interested in moving to YouTube for my streaming and stuff like that. It would also help because then it would mean I'd have just one platform that I use for like stuff like that. Also, thank you for the bits, Atari. I didn't say it. But I don't know. I don't feel like moving to YouTube just yet. I don't know why. I'm not quite there yet. Also, the thing is, moving to YouTube, like, Google, also stinky. So, like, I hate chaos. Thank you for the follow. So, thank you. Welcome to the Strawberry Patch. I love your name. Also, hey, did I say hey, Cass? Hey, Cass, how you doing today? You're a very similar orange to Atare today. It's throwing me off a little bit. I've got 2 orange VIPs today. Neither of you change your color name. I know what both of you are like. Don't do it. Hey, Wolf, how you doing? Hello, the stinky. I'm not stinky. Hey, I just took a shower. I got out of the shower like half an hour ago. So I'm the opposite of stinky. I am incredibly clean and I smell incredibly nice. Right, smell check. You're gonna send me one of those TikToks that's like, the council is doing a sniff check. Gotta keep you guessing with the colors. Yeah, I gotta actually read names instead of going off of everyone's different colors. But Thunder Phoenix, bro. Good thing I'm not a VIP. True. Also, your name is considerably longer as well. Like, Atare and Cass have similar length names, but Thunder Phoenix, your name is quite long. And I also have your pronouns next to your name for some reason. Yeah, we've got orange out the wazoo today, which, hey, that's fine. My mum's favorite color is orange, so I'm an orange fan. I can't blame orange at all. I don't dislike orange at all. Jokes aside, hello, I hate chaos. Do you prefer, what's like a nickname you like? Do you want me to call you Chaos? But considering you say you hate chaos, I think calling you Chaos would be counterintuitive. You're fine with chaos? Okay. But no, I'm doing well. I've had an okay weekend. It was a long weekend, so that was nice. I did some baking with my mom, and I played a lot of Overwatch, and I ranked up, and then I ranked back down again, naturally. I keep getting into plat in Overwatch, and then I keep going back down again. I think I'm just destined to be hard stuck gold. That's fine. At least in support. In DPS, well, DPS and tank, I don't think I'll get much higher than I am. I feel DPS I have a lot more potential in than tank at this point, which is really saying something, because if you've known me and you've known my Overwatch career, I've been like the worst DPS player since the beginning of time. I spent my weekend doing more testing for VG set 8. There are so many decks coming up that are going to be so fun for the league server I'm in. Also celebrated my graduation with a small family dinner. Congratulations on your graduation. I know, like, it didn't happen, like, recently, but I'm still going to congratulate you on it. I saw a video I cannot remember on TikTok that was your PNG, and today I saw a stream that has the PNG, and I was like, wait a minute, really? That's so cool. Yeah, my most recent TikTok kind of blew up. Like, it's not incredibly popular, but considering I average around like 40 likes a TikTok, I got like 200 and something overnight on this one. So I woke up to it and I was like, whoa. People liked this one. I think people are very, because it was about the, how TV shows have kind of deteriorated because they've kind of changed in animating styles and stuff like that. That was the clip I made into the TikTok because it's something I do like to talk about. Like, it's weird to see how things change, and I feel like it's not even the rose-colored glasses of nostalgia. I do feel that genuinely the old stuff did look better, did look nicer. It was that video? Oh, hell yeah. I'm glad. TikTok, and it's kind of interesting how the algorithms work when it comes to, because I post my short videos on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts. TikTok, you kind of need, TikTok pushes your video within like the first day. That's when most of the likes come in, and then it often peters off after that. Instagram is quite similar, but that being said, I am quite smaller on Instagram, so it's not as much reach. But then YouTube is an outlier because I will post my thing on YouTube and then maybe the first couple of days it'll get a little bit of attention, but mostly from like people who are actually subscribed to me. And then like the days after that, then it'll blow up. And I'll be like, whoa, why is everyone commenting on this thing that I posted like 4 days ago? What's going on here? It's an interesting change in algorithm, but it's a nice different. I'm not mad about it being different. Stop motion is just peak. Agreed. I think stop motion is an incredibly beautiful animation form and art form because it's definitely, I'd assume it's a lot more tedious to do, to make something in stop motion as opposed to everything being computer generated. And I think because of that, it's a lot more of a labor of love. Like when people do something in stop motion, it's because of the passion that they have for it. Hello, Moth. How you doing today? So I think I feel like the scale of stuff physically made for that movie is crazy. I've never seen Kubo and the Two Strings. I need to. I also need to watch, what was that? Oh, there was an Oscar animated movie. There was an Oscar nominated animated movie. It was Australian, and it was something, Memoir of a Snail. I need to watch that because I think that's stop motion, and it also has a gazillion like famous Australian people as voices on it, and it also got a bunch of actor awards and actor nominations as well. Coraline as well. Yeah, I feel like my opinion on Coraline has unfortunately sullied due to the allegations against the creator. But obviously the creator is not the guy who did all of the stop motion and stuff like that, so I can still appreciate the art that was put into the movie. Forgot to say, but my weekend was pretty good. I read a few of the comics I got earlier in the week. Saw the rescreening of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith today. I saw! And people say that they don't want to watch movies in the cinema. When the Revenge of the Sith rescreening is like doing so well, and also Sinners is doing really well in the theater these days, and everyone's got correct etiquette. It's literally just the Minecraft movie that's being bullshit in theaters. I said this earlier, but my message got overshadowed by a donation, so I'm going to say it again. I got Pokemon Conquest for the DS for $40 less than it usually goes for. Oh, that's super cool. I love that. I hope to collect more Nintendo games in the future. I think I only started to kind of make my foray into like buying games secondhand and stuff when I bought what was it? Spectre's Call. Professor Layton's Spectre's Call. Or Last Spectre. I forget what it was. I actually forget what it's called in Australia, because a few of the Layton games have different titles compared to in the UK and US, and then I always forget which one Australia gets, because obviously we're not the US or the UK. I would assume UK though, because just Commonwealth things. Hello, Aaron. Thank you so much for coming in. How you doing today? It is in fact gay prosecutor time. I miss Australia. Have you lived in Australia, Chaos? Or are you just have you like just visited? Or have you lived here? Were you born here and then you've moved somewhere else? You lived here for like a year. Nice. Are you open to saying where? Like state or city? I'm not saying give me your old address. Like, I'd love to know, like, whereabouts, because obviously I know a lot about New South Wales. Perth! Damn. Damn. I know nothing about Perth. I've never been there. But it seems like a nice place. But no, Perth seems cool. Ah, nature and hiking. Yeah, Perth I think is an interesting city just because it's, you know, on the other side of literally almost every other city in Australia. It's kind of an outlier. What? No, hey, Cass, what is this law? You lived in Melbourne, but you don't remember? Excuse me? When? I'm guessing, like, as a baby or something? That's why you don't remember anything about it? Conquest usually goes for 100 and I bought it for 60. That is a damn good discount. I'm happy for you. Been a busy week, but at last I can finally kick back and relax. Oh, okay. My mic... There's this thing that happens every now and then where my headset kind of likes to die. But because what happened is that I stopped hearing myself back speaking, I thought, oh no, is it my headset that died or my mic that died? But it was my headset, and now it's back again. My headset just, like, glitches out every now and then, but that's fine. It always comes back. Something, Five Nights at Freddy's reference. I lived in Yeppoon. Where is Yeppoon? Hello? After the first summer, my mum didn't want to live there forever. Yeah, that's crazy that your mum couldn't even handle Melbourne. Like, Melbourne summers are not that... Like, I'd assume, like, far north Queensland you wouldn't be able to handle, or even just Queensland at all. But Melbourne is, like, almost as south as you can possibly get, at least on the mainland. But I understand, Australian summers can be brutal. Even in Tasmania, sometimes it can be brutal. You live here long enough, you get used to it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm used to it, I think. Only kind of. I think I'm more used to our summers than our winters. But that's just because I'm not good with the cold. Like, I've only started in maybe the past couple of years or so, I've started taking cold showers in summer. It's been very nice, but I hadn't done it before that just because I have hated the cold so much historically. I still remember my surprise. I was going to college there to work at the cafe. I saw a sign on some random bush saying, "Hey, warning, there's snakes roaming." Oh no. I think I'm very lucky for where I live because I've never seen a wild snake. I've definitely seen plenty of snakes in my lifetime, but you know, they were all in zoos and stuff. I've never actually seen one just slithering about. Most of my local wildlife that I see are like birds and the possums that live in our roof. What do you mean, snake? Yeah, Australia has some pretty. Do you get many poisonous spiders? Considering there is that's a really hard question. Because, like, I don't think... I've never seen any of the big baddies in the wild, somehow. Like, I've never seen a redback. I've never seen a funnel web, despite them being named after the city that I live in. Never seen one. But I mean, I probably get them. I just don't like spiders in general. I've seen a big bad tarantula near the beaches. See, chances are it's not a tarantula and it's a huntsman. Like, most of the spiders I get here are like little garden spiders, or they're like daddy longlegs, or maybe the occasional huntsman. And huntsmans are like, they can grow to be very massive, but they're harmless, but I'm still terrified of them. I don't like them. Don't like a big creature. Not for me. I'm not a fan of spiders if I can't tell what they are. I mean, yeah, exactly. In general, I avoid spiders. In general. I avoid any spider I see. Except if it's a daddy longlegs, because daddy longlegs are fucking... They can't do shit to me. Look at those spindly twig legs, like... legs that look like hairs, basically. But yeah, I just avoid any spiders in general. I think that's probably why I'm not much of a... I think that's probably one of the reasons why I didn't get the green thumb from my mum. She's a big gardener and I'm not. And I think part of that is because bugs. Daddy Longlegs supremacy, they're adorable. They are. They don't do anything. They just sit in a corner and they just vibe. There was a daddy longlegs that just kind of lived on the ceiling of our bathroom for like months and months and months on end. And it was the same daddy longlegs the entire time, but like he didn't bother us, we didn't bother him. He barely moved. He was just there. The fun part was that it was so sunny, bright, and I couldn't see. I was like, what? There are small kids and an old woman standing at the bush, laughing at the bush, and it was a chewing a bee! No! Not the bees! I've only very recently started getting over my terrifying fear of bees. Like, I used to see one and legitimately run away from them. I used to fear them so badly. Like, one of my first ever therapy sessions when I was like 8 years old was like, here's how to get over your irrational fear of bees. And then it was also, here's how to get over your irrational fear of dogs, because dogs also scared me. Because I got knocked over by one, like, as a kid. And that's probably why I'm still a cat person. But that being said, I'm also slightly terrified of cats, too. Love cats. But oh my goodness. You pat them for too long and they'll hate you. I just don't think I'm gonna be a pet person in general. Maybe a bunny. Maybe I'll be a bunny person. Like, what can a bunny do? What can a bunny do to me? Oh no, it hit me with its ears. I'm dying. Or a bird. Also true. Birds are cute. Birds are very cute. Birds and knife tornadoes. True. My friend had a bunny when I was 12. He liked to hump things. Well, better hump things than bite things, you know? Like, not a fan of bites and scratches. Slightly terrified of you and I love you. You should be scared of me. Grr. I don't mind bees or wasps. Don't fuck with them. They won't fuck with me. See, wasps are still terrifying. Nibble your fingers. That's what bunnies can do. That's true. Bunnies can nibble my fingers. But I don't think... Birds poop and stinky? Well, most animals poop and stinky is the thing. Unfortunately, the thing about owning any pet, means poop and stinky. But hello, Matt. How you doing today? Birds also screech. I mean, I think it depends on the bird. Back then, I was 13. My friend had a separate cage of a male bunny and a female bunny. One day, he decided to open box cages to put food there. And then in one moment, they were on top of each other. And a few months later, it had babies. Oh, no. Yeah. Breeding like rabbits is a saying for a reason, unfortunately. Let's do squares. I realize we haven't even started squares today, and now I need to do it. Because my mum did some of it this morning, and I told her I haven't done it yet because I'm waiting for stream to do it. So I actually have to do it on stream. All right, where are we? Nope, that's not the link I wanted to click. Thank you, Twitch. There we go. All right. It's Squares Day. Let's go! Squarement. Oh, I thought you were telling me that's a word I had to use. And I was like, not doing that. Not doing that. Strawberry? Yes. I have a strawberry, bonus. Rude. Tads? Ah, I like that. Wads? Wade? Wades. Cade? Cades. Good start. Don't consider getting a hamster. Ouija fan? I don't think you have to worry about that. I'll look it up, but I don't think you have to worry about that. Are there hamsters in Australia? Yes, so hamsters are illegal here. We don't have hamsters. We literally do not have any hamsters in the country. Or gerbils. Well, let's read this article. It's illegal to have pet hamsters and gerbils. These are the risks they pose. It's probably just the point. Yes, we definitely have guinea pigs because I did own guinea pigs. We had 2, but they were both pregnant, so we ended up with 6, and then we gave 3 away, so we had 3. But no, I'm pretty sure they just don't want another introduced species because, you know, guinea pigs, rabbits, cats, I'm pretty sure, are all introduced species to Australia. So the fact that we don't have any hamsters or gerbils is probably a good thing. Yeah, the answer, biosecurity and biodiversity. Gerbils are not allowed to be imported to Australia for any purpose, and while certain hamsters can technically be imported live, this is only strictly for tightly controlled research purposes. So yeah, it's basically just, from what it sounds like, they just don't want a new introduced species that is incredibly, like their population would blow up and it would screw up all of our ecosystems, basically. So yeah. See, look at this. Why would we need hamsters and gerbils when we've got hopping mice? We can't keep them as pets, but like, look at those. Why do we need hamsters in our country when we've got these babies? I'd rather have these babies. I'd rather keep the babies. But yeah, look at this. Native rodents represent approximately a quarter of all species of Australian mammals. If we imported rodents, our rodents would die. That is absolutely for sure. So to keep our rodents safe, we need to... Oh, I don't need to see that bald man. Get him out of my sight. Sorry, it's election season in Australia and I don't want to get too political, but, ugh. Dutton. Ugh. Punt the bald man, exactly. Not here. Hunt. Munt? Is that not a word? Huns? Tons? Tune! And tunes! Seed? Need? Needs. Oh, needs. Ooh, excuse and excuses. Those are good. Wait. There's only one... Am I... Oh, excuse. I was gonna say, I think there's only one S, but thank you. You can spell D's nut! Wait, that's funny. Wade, I think I got that one. I think I got that one pretty quickly. Seed and seeds. Muse. Muse, however, is new. Thank you. And mused. Hues. Would tuxes be a word? Tuxes would... Oh, bonus. Used. Nice. Exceed and exceeds. Nice job, Thunder Phoenix. I thought that was two people because it was in two messages, but you got both of them. Recess. Unfortunately, not a word. Just reminded me of a dream I had where I was at a singing Eisteddfod again, and for some reason I was singing a song that had backing vocals in it, which normally isn't allowed. Huh. I had a weird dream a couple of nights ago, but genuinely, I don't remember what it was. I've already forgotten, unfortunately. My brain has lost it at this point. I'm reminded of it because one of the lines is, cut the dramatics, forget the excuses from Why did you dream about Jesus Christ Superstar? Excuse me? I saw that. I saw Jesus Christ Superstar live ages ago. I was probably like 11. Like, I was young. Seat. Neat. Hmm. You just reminded me of the time Zeph mispronounced Elon Musk's last name. When the hell did I do that? Huge. Nice. What is Jesus Christ Superstar? It's a musical about Jesus. That's kind of it. There's not really much else.
Mux.
Oh, yeah. I remember that now. And thank you for the bit, Thunder Phoenix. Oh. Listen. There's a word here. And I kind of have to do it. Just to see. I just want to see if they even allow it as a bonus. Just look away, chat. Cover your screens. Word not found. Unfortunate. Rip. Listen, I had to try it. I had to try it. Once you see it, you have to try it. You know? Like, you can't. I had to try it. There's no way. Have I done Exceed yet? I have done Exceed. The corner R has 6 words. Oh my goodness, you're right. How does the corner R have 6 words? Re. Oh, you were the one that said Exceed. Listen, oh well. Recat. Rexes, I already did that. Rexed? Nope. Xed? Bonus? Rude. But tuxed? Nope. Recent. I like that. I like that. Well, I like any word that gets me closer to the end. I did do X's, I'm pretty sure. I did. Exa? Nope. Rex recede and recedes. And we'll try it with the 2 E's. The 2 E's in the word doesn't work. Emus! Another good Australian animal. Another good one. Wrexham. Oh, well, Wrexham can't be used now, but Wrexham isn't real. R-E. Nexus, of course. Oh my goodness. I'd say I'm kind of a fake Star Trek fan, but I also kind of thought Nexus wasn't a real word because it was a Star Trek thing. So, but no, the Nexus is a thing in Star Trek. It's actually in my favorite. It's in my comfort Star Trek movie of the old ones. Of the new ones, my comfort movie is all of them, but especially the 3rd one. I watched the first 2 Austin Powers movies over the weekend as well. Oh, those movies are... They're definitely something. They're definitely movies. Yeah. They've both, I feel like they've simultaneously aged okay and also aged horribly. Like, some of the jokes still work, but only some of them. The emu, the bird who won a war. Truth. I didn't actually learn about the Emu War until I was, 18, 19. Oh yeah, definitely a product of their time, Cass. Also wild that the main guy is also the guy who's Shrek. A little less unbelievable that it's the same guy who's Cat in the Hat in that movie, but I think it's more unbelievable that he's Shrek. The range of this man's comedic roles are wild. Um hmm. I don't know. Hmm. Uh oh, is D-sex a word? Bonus. Rude. The Cat in the Hat movie will always feel like a fever dream to me. I watched it once at a friend's house, I think, and I was like 8, so it went wildly over my head. Oh, it went wildly over my head, but I loved it. And I think my mom hated how much I loved it. I think there were a few movies as a child that I loved a lot that my mum was like, I can't stand this movie. One of those was Cat in the Hat, and the other one was Hoodwinked. She hated that one. But I loved Hoodwinked. It was so... The animation, bullshit. The animation, once you look at it now, the Hoodwinked animation is absolutely terrible. But it's kind of wild that, like, they booked so many names for that. Is it better than the new Bob the Builder? I mean, because it stars Anne Hathaway, I think it immediately makes it better than new Bob the Builder. That's anything with Anne Hathaway in it. If Anne Hathaway's in it, it's immediately better. I mean, specifically animation-wise. You know, probably not. Like, it's, like, the animation is terrible, but they somehow booked... Let me look at this cast. Also, I didn't watch the second one. I didn't even know there was a second one. Look at this cast. Anne Hathaway, Patrick Warburton, Glenn Close. How did you get Glenn Close in this movie? Hello? Wait, no, sorry. I need to click on the link to see the whole thing. I've recently learned something, chat, and it's kind of changed my life. So I learned about the concept of zero-click searches, which is basically when you look up something on Google and Google gives you the answer instead of you clicking on a website and that website gives you the answer. And zero-click searches, they basically scrape this content from other websites so that only Google gets the money instead of websites that you're clicking on. So since then, I've tried to make it, you know, I've tried to make sure that I try to keep as many of my searches as possible to not being zero-click searches, because more companies need more money. Though I'm not sure Wikipedia takes money through clicks, but I mean, if it does, cool. But look at this, Anne Hathaway as as Red Riding Hood, Glenn Close as her granny, Patrick Warburton as the wolf. Like, you know, listen, you know what? You know what? Tara Strong? Oh my gosh. Like, they're just so... I think it sucks that the world remakes so many terrible movies and remakes good movies and makes them worse. I think they should remake Hoodwinked and make it better. Ooh, released by the Weinstein Company. Ooh, I'm clicking out now. Let's go back to squares. I've gone too far. Sometimes they have an AI overview of the results. Yeah, the AI overview as well. So I guess, chat, if you want to give more websites their money, the websites that actually do the research and stuff like that, as opposed to Google, who just takes other people's research, then when you Google something, make sure not to just read what Google tells you. Click on a link and read what it says instead. That's what I've learned. I was watching a TV show about how Australia basically tried to... the X is cut out, let's go! So, I was reading about how Australia tried to make Google and Facebook pay to have its news websites up on Google and Facebook because, you know, journalism needs money. And I think that's a very good thing to do. And we struck a temporary deal with them that's actually meant to be renewed soon. I think Facebook walked away from the deal, but I think Google is still on with it. But it turns out Canada tried to follow suit, and Facebook straight up refused, and now there is not a single Canadian news site on Facebook. So I learned quite a few new things this week, and this was a TV show I found at like, I was just like flicking through channels on TV at like midnight, and that was what was on. Yes, I do have receipt. So it was just, I don't know, interesting stuff that I learn just from midnight television shows. I don't know how. Where does this H come in, I wonder? Thus, that's how the H comes in. Thank you, Mayor. That's definitely helpful. That was timed so well. Yuzi, nope. Probably a couple of uns. Deuce. How about deucer? Is that a word? Nope. Rip. And dense. Oh, I think I did that already. I don't know. Seds. Cads. Nope, cads. I think I've done cads already. Never mind, I haven't, but it doesn't matter. Runt? No. The R is unfortunately nowhere near the others. Scene? Oh, nice. Okay. Give me 2 seconds. I need to put on cardigan. I'm cold. Autumn is coming with a vengeance, chat. Ugh. My mom always talks about how when I had like birthday parties as a really little kid, that we'd be able to wear like t-shirts and stuff, but nowadays we have to like really rug up on my birthday. Ugh. And I'm in a giant, really thick cardigan. Unseat. Thank you. I don't know. Deet. Recad? Nope. Doesn't work. This is hard. Hades sound feeling a little too real because one of its more sub-themes is climate change. Yeah. The world is the world kind of going to shit, unfortunately. It's really not fun. Sometimes I forget the seasons are reverse in Australia compared to here in the US. I think it's easy to forget that, like, different places have different climates and stuff like that. Because, like, where you live is kind of the only climate that you really experience, unless you're a big traveler and stuff like that. So I think it's understandable that, like, some people just, like, don't think about it. I feel winter coming already because my goat's already having foot problems again. I feel winter coming already because I'm having foot problems again, Cass. I did get swayed, I think. Cause I get cracks I get cracks in between my toes. I get cracks in my toe webbing. And that, I always have to make sure to use baby powder, like, on my feet and between my toes. And that's what stops it. But it specifically happens during winter because I put on socks straight after a shower, and therefore the moisture is really caught inside, like the socks and stuff like that. And that's why that happens. I'll get the vets for you. Thank you. Reese says no. I'm very glad winter is thoroughly over here, but I also saw a fly in my house a few days ago. Oh, jeez. Flies are I don't hate flies. They're just really annoying because they will come into my room and then they will proceed to never leave. And they will just, like, for some reason, they found the door to get into my house, and then they proceed to completely forget how to get out. Like, you came in some way. How do you forget that you could also go out that way? I don't know. It's annoying. Flies aren't the bane of my life. I'd say the bane of my life when it comes to insects would be mosquitoes. That's what I hate mosquitoes more, because at least flies don't do anything to you. They just exist. Mosquitoes, on the other hand, bite. Ow. Itchy. Ugh. Every time I see a fly in my house, I run to close my bedroom door, and it stays that way until the fly is gone. Fair enough. Unfortunately, a lot of the time, I don't realize there's a fly in the house until it is in my room. And then I'm like, oh, well, this is my life now. And see, the worst thing is that what happens is the fly will come into my room. It'll get in the small gap between my curtains and my window, and it will not know how to get out. So I'll just keep hearing it buzzing, just getting stuck between my curtains and my windows. And I'm just like, bro, all you had to do was not go there. Dace and daces. Nice, 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 nice. I'm guessing Mare is not going to give me the 8-letter word. How many do we have left? We have 6 left. A fly in my room is guaranteed to add to the overstimulation cocktail. Yeah. Fly buzzing is overstimulating, but it's better. They're still better than mosquitoes, which I can't sleep if there's one in my room, because they will find me and they will bite me, and then I will itch it, and then I will get scars, because I have no ability to stop myself. let's see. Okay, oh, the 4 letters are done. And so are the 6 letters. We've just got a 5, a 7, and an 8. And I'm guessing the 7 and the 8 are going to be the same word, but with an added, with a letter added. Okay, let's start the hints, shall we? T-U-E. Tons. Ton. Tews. Tuin. Did I do tuned? I didn't do tuned. That's rude of me. I've never seen a 50-50 split squares before. You haven't? Huh. Interesting. Slightly tangential, but you mentioning the curtain thing reminded me of something. Oh no, what did I... Oh no, what is it? What did I do? Okay, so it's unsaid. Unsee. Okay, that works. Okay, so then... Oh, what? Okay. So both the 7 letter and the 8 letter begin with E. Okay. Edison. I feel like I've been playing too much Dead by Daylight recently. I've only been playing... I played Dead by Daylight recently. It was fun. It was fun. Either I would die first or I would escape. It was a very interesting dynamic. Because I'm not very good at DBD. It really just depends if I get chased a lot. It's either that or I'm just like, I just go to gens all the time. G Charizard. I'm applauding you myself as well, because you deserve it from me as well as the bot. Nice job, dude! That's so good! That's a word? It is! Because, it comes from, like, a similar thing as, like, enthusiasm. Or enthusiastic. Like, if you are enthused, it basically means similar things to enthusiastic. So, it's from the same little word family. So good job on getting it. Damn. All right. We have an ad in progress. So I will set up for Miles Edgeworth, and then after that, we will, and then once the ad ends, then we'll start playing the new case, because we've got a new case today. Exciting! Exciting new case. All right, let me go. Let me change the category. Miles Edgeworth. There we go. This game supports the autosave feature. Thank you. Favorite case in the game? I think you said that earlier. You're hyping me up, dude. I'm excited now. This is 2 messages, so I want to state up front that this story does not end in tragedy. Back when I was living with my parents, there was a bird that flew through a hole in the outer screen of our closed window and got caught between that and the window pane. Oh no! It couldn't fly back out, but I noticed it there while chilling in the room, so I was able to tell my dad, and he ran out to open the screen from outside. The bird was able to fly out. That's so cute! I'm glad that you were able to free the bird. That's a very sweet story. I think with me, I have a kind of similar story where we basically had a blue-tongue lizard living in our backyard for a very, very long time. If you don't know, let me open Google so you can see what a blue-tongue lizard looks like. Other than it having, like, a blue tongue. It's big. Like, look at this. big boy. Big lizard. We had one of those in our backyard for an incredibly long time until one day it ended up in the house somehow. Specifically, it ended up in my room on the other side of the house to the backyard. So to get this guy out of my room, we ended up making a path out of like various objects, like a lot of my bags and stuff like that and boxes. We crafted a path for him to leave out the front door. But the thing is, the front of our house is not a yard. It's all stone. So he was not in his element. He was not in nature. He was not in grass. So the next day, I Googled, Mum was at work. So this next bit of the adventure I did all on my own. I was like 16 and I felt very proud of myself. So I got a big box and I Googled what blue-tongued lizards like to eat. And it said that they like to eat fruit and they like bananas. I had a banana on hand, because I also eat bananas. I am a blue-tongued lizard, chat, confirmed. So I cut up bits of this banana and I laid a trail of little pieces of banana out the front to the box. So he ended up eating the pieces and coming slowly in, getting into the box, trap him in the box, carry him to the backyard, and I set him free in the backyard. And I think that is one of the proudest moments. I think. Just being able to look after this little animal and set him free. Well, not little. Look at this guy. Big motherfucker. But I loved that. It was a great moment. I loved being able to do that for him. Because, like, look at these guys. They're big and their tongues are funny and they're just chunky and they got silly arms. Yeah, they're both big and also incredibly little, all at the same time. All right. Oh, I haven't even had a drink yet while on stream. Let me open my chocolate milk of the day. Delicious. As always. My sister's blue tongue crawled into the dash of my dad's car. Oh no. Reminds me of when my sister and I had to fix the drain on our own and we then called ourselves home ec gods. Yeah, I felt like an animal rescuer. Like, I felt like the best person alive when I did that. There's just something about weird little achievements that are just make you feel so good about yourself. All right, game time. So, I don't think I really need to say what happened last episode. We caught the killer. We caught the killer, which was Lance Amano, and Ernest Amano also got arrested for obstruction of justice. However, we know now that Ernest Amano was apparently also involved in a case. Was it 10 years ago? And I already forget what it was called. The KG8? Question mark? The KG8 case. 7 years ago, okay. Not that far back. So, yeah. And I think we are now going back in time. Reminded me of a very funny home economics class story. Tell the story. I want to know. So I think, I actually don't know what we're gonna do in this case, but it's gonna it's gonna have something to do with KG8, I think. Oh, of course, because Kay Faraday also said that we knew her. The piece of cloth that she conjured up has taken me back to many years ago. Yeah, so apparently we don't know Kay very well. We knew Kay ages ago somehow. Hello, people. Yeah, that's right. I did it. I killed the guy. But it was the great thief Yatagarasu that told me to do it. Excuse me? Oh, she's pretty. Oh, whoa. Do you get it? I know the true identity of the Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu is the man standing over there at the prosecutor's bench. Whoa, okay. You told me to kill him when you snuck into the end. What is happening? You claiming that Mr. Faraday is the Yatagarasu. Whoa. Mr. Rel, I think we've heard just about enough out of you. Please listen to me. I'm telling the truth. You've got to believe me. So many E's. In accordance with the defendant's accusation, a new prosecutor shall be called to replace Mr. Faraday. This court will be in recess until the new prosecutor is ready. Oh. Could this be Kay's dad? That's the prosecutor? Interesting. Oh my goodness, it's young Edgeworth. Bratworth, I think, as the fandom calls it. Also, thank you for the bits, Thunder Phoenix. I'm not gonna make Edgeworth's voice higher. Even though he's younger. I'm not doing it. I'm sticking to my voice. I'm not gonna kill my own throat. Sorry, chat. It's almost time for me to enter the... Oh, wait! They're appointing a new prosecutor for the case. Is the new prosecutor Edgeworth? Is that why they... Oh, okay. It's almost time for me to enter the courtroom. And so it is that my first assignment as a prosecutor will be as a replacement for a prosecutor who has been accused by the defendant. Edgeworth. Oh, no. Oh, good. It's Evil Dad. Sir. Have you read over all of the documents regarding this trial? I do like doing his voice because I literally just have to go as low as I humanly can. Yes, sir. I've memorized everything there is to know. Very good. I hope you know that when I do this man's voice, I like lower my chin and I frown, like really deep. Like for some reason, I have to do that to get into the voice. The paperwork for the prosecutor substitution is just about complete. Edgeworth, always bear in mind that as your mentor, I, Manfred von Karma, will accept nothing short of perfection. He does look evil. Okay, I'll give a quick explanation to Cass and other people who may not know who this guy is. This is Manfred von Karma, aka Edgeworth's adoptive father and Franziska's biological father. He is not, in this case, it's too far back, but in the first game of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, he is proven to also be Miles Edgeworth's father's murderer. So he's evil in all sorts of ways. I understand, sir. To have the chance to stand in court at such an early stage in my career, I'm honored and proud. As I have watched over your studies, I am giving you this very rare chance. Prove yourself. Crush the defendant's pathetic lies into oblivion. Yes, sir. They made Edgeworth look younger somehow. I wonder what, like, change they made in his art other than, you know, his suit. I wonder what, like, did they make his face rounder or something? Like, I feel like he just looks younger somehow. The artist did a really good job. Yes, he's also like he's also like a perfect prosecutor, but he's also incredibly corrupt. That such a legendary prosecutor will be watching and judging my performance. I have to be perfect in every way. Yeah, so Miles really looks up to this guy. He wanted to be an attorney at first. He wanted to do what Phoenix does, but coming under Manfred's wing, he became a prosecutor instead. Let's look at some things. A bookshelf, compendium of laws for beginners. I don't have the time to read this and second guess myself. Oh, okay. I have to show you guys this. Are you ready to be traumatized, chat? It's the Thinker. It's the Thinker. I won't give much more detail than that, but if you know, you know. It is the Thinker. Yeah, obviously Edgeworth has very complicated and kind of hateful feelings about this man because, you know, he brought him up, but also Edgeworth hates him. The hit statue, The Thinker, banned. A bulletin board. There are trial schedules posted on it. Trial scheduled for this week. Huh? There's only today's trial listed. This must be a mistake or this country's judicial system is not working as it should. Okay, give me a second. I have a really dry patch of skin on my nose. Let me just do something to undry it. Because it's really itchy and irritated. There we go. Should get a little bit better now. This guy. This is so good. I could drink a of water? Bubbler water. You know what? That's actually, you know what? I think I'd agree with this man. As someone who doesn't drink a lot of water, bubbler water is really nice. I've never heard of water that tastes that good. Maybe I'll give him a minute. Oh, he's chugging. Thank you for the hydrate, Thunder Phoenix. Unfortunately, I am not drinking bubbler water. I am drinking... That's kind of bubbler water, because it is tap. Does he plan on gulping the entire reservoir dry? Excuse me, madam, but is something the matter? I just thought someone would have brought hors d'oeuvres by now. But this is a courthouse. It would be quite atypical to provide hors d'oeuvres. Are you sure? Someone poured me a fresh cup of coffee last time I was... That's not hors d'oeuvres. What the heck does she think a courthouse is for? Also, I don't know if you can see this, but if you look up in the top corners, there's like pictures of all the judges and they're all ancient with really long beards. That's a funny detail. Oh, the bigger hydrate! Oh. Thank you, Aaron. Screw you, Thunder Phoenix, for putting that in his head. No. I can't hate water. I can't be Asmongold. I'm not doing it. Thunder Phoenix, thank you so much for the gift sub to Aaron. Aaron, enjoy your emotes for the month and all your ad-free viewing, dude. Mr. Prosecutor, sir. You've got a good eye if you can tell that I'm a prosecutor with just one glance. As there are always only prosecutors and defense attorneys in this lobby, I usually hit the mark if I guess one or the other while there is a recess. You were only guessing? The trial is about to resume. I should stay on the premises. Couch. A luxurious and beautiful leather sofa. I must say, every part of this courthouse is meticulously well kept. Although the positioning of this sofa puts one under the direct gaze of the judges. Every judge in this courthouse's history has had quite the beard, and has gallantly parted with their beloved head of hair. Being a judge must be a very stressful career. Oh, I'm sure. Oh my goodness, my badge! There we go. My badge is here. Yeah, I should definitely put the badge up in the one part, in the one case of this game where I'm actually prosecuting as a prosecutor. As opposed to investigating and taking part in hostage deals. Egad, what a cold stare he's giving me. However, as a disciple of Von Karma, there is no option but to win. Ugh, he's good. The power of his cold stare rivals my own. Oh, he's asleep, actually. The trial will resume shortly. Please wait a moment. I was already well aware of that. Shortly or in a moment, which one is it? Be specific. That means the same thing, Edgeworth. Okay, we're back here again. Then we've got a model of the courthouse. It's pretty well constructed. Hands in a face? Don't tell me this thing transforms. Yet I wonder for what other purpose they could have been made. Aren't these great? Daddy made all of these. Awesome, but didn't you get fired right after you made them? Ah, yeah, I did. I spent the same amount of money on this model as it cost to build the real thing. And my boss wasn't very happy. Yeah, understandable. Didn't you say you built a secret mechanism inside of it? I'll tell you about it someday when you're older. What kind of mechanism? Maybe he installed it as payback for getting fired. Now I'm curious. Oh, I'm scared of what this thing could possibly be. I guess we talk to him again. Today's trial should have ended in just 1 minute. Because the defendant was picked up by the security camera, correct? Exactly. The killer had the gall to say that he only killed because he was instructed to do so. Even more outrageous is his claim that the case prosecutor, Byrne Faraday, gave the order. Ha! Faraday is such a fool! He's been cornered by his very own prey. Sir, are you an acquaintance of Mr. Byrne Faraday? He is a pathetic man who speaks nothing but nonsense. Nonsense? He once tried to explain to me a way of punishing those who cannot be brought to court. Those who cannot be brought to court? That is nonsense, for no man is above the law. Well, there are always a few exceptions. Oh, I'm sure there is, Mr. Manfred von Karma. You little bitch. However, there is no reason to even deal with such individuals. A prosecutor is a guardian of the court, one with no obligation to outside matters. Thus, there is no reason to deal with such individuals, I see. Edgeworth, disgracing yourself as Faraday has will not be forgiven. Have no fear. I will not let you down, sir. In place of the accused prosecutor Byrne Faraday, I'll prove the defendant's guilt. I think he is rounder. Like, just in the face. I think his eyebrows and eyes are like... I think his eyes are a little wider, too. Very good. I've secured an hour of recess for you to prepare and do just that. Show them all the power of Von Karma. Or the power of Edgeworth, actually. His eyes are wider from what I can tell. Yeah, he does look a lot less tired. So, have you achieved a firm understanding of the case? Yes, sir. I've memorized everything that is written down in the case files. Ah, shit, I actually haven't. There's nothing! Bro, there's nothing here. Hello? What case files? Well then, explain the case to me. I want to see if you really know what you are talking about. Understood. A murder was committed on September 8th in front of the Cadopian Embassy. These countries that this game comes up with. The victim... No. No. There's no way this man is called Mr. Dead Man. You're absolutely right, Atar. This is the worst one. Where is the creativity in this? The only way this could be worse if his name was Mr. Victim. Like, oh my gosh, dude. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised if there was a guy named Victim, but anyway. The victim, Mr. Dead Man, was a staff member at the embassy, or it's probably Dade Man or something. Sir Cad Ava. They just get worse and worse. The victim, Mr. Dead Man, was a staff member at the embassy. The defendant in this case, Mr. Mackerel. Okay, the guy's a fish. Was held for questioning the night of the incident as he was deemed suspicious. He was quickly placed under arrest for possession of the murder weapon, a gun. Furthermore, at the time of the murder, the great thief Yadagarasu had successfully infiltrated the Cadopian embassy as well. At first, Rel claimed that he himself was the Yadagarasu, but that he did not kill Dead Man. I wonder what he expected to gain from such a desperate lie. It's possible that he wants to go down while in the spotlight, if he is found guilty. There truly is no limit to people's inanity. But I digress. Continue, Edgeworth. Yes, sir. During the trial, the prosecution presented the security footage that captured the murder. Whoa. The footage clearly showed that the footage clearly showed Mr. Rel as the murderer. The act of Mr. Rel firing the gun could be clearly seen from the visitor's gallery. Upon seeing that, the defendant retracted his statement and admitted to the murder. I did it because I was told to, by the real Yadagarasu, Bern Faraday. That sounds about right. However, you've forgotten one thing. While this may appear to simply be the murder of a Cadopian Embassy staff member, people are actually referring to it as the second KG-8 incident. In the localization team's defense, in Japan, Dead Man is it really his actual name? Well, disappointed but not surprised. The second KG-8 incident? I'm very sorry, sir. I fear I failed to study hard enough. Well, even among the police, it's information that only a select few are privy to. Could you please enlighten me, sir? Alright, KG-8. So, what do you mean by the second KG-8 incident? In order for me to tell you that, you must first learn about the original case. Thank you for the head pats, Moth. take a look at these documents. This is a 3-year-old newspaper. 3 years ago. So no, the KG8 incident was 10 years from the present. Because the second part of it was 7 years ago. We were both right. Whoever corrected me. You have heard of the Amano Group scandal before, correct? Yes, I have. The secretary of Ernest Amano, the Amano Group's director, was arrested under suspicion of smuggling. Correct. It was you? I thought so, Aaron, but I didn't want to say just in case it wasn't. We've got a few people who have played a lot of Ace Attorney and therefore know a lot about it. So I felt that, like, anyone could have corrected me at this point. CCU. That. Okay. Is she a witness? Was an employee of the Amano Group. And the sole witness to the smuggling. No! No! You're kidding! You're kidding! No! Oh my gosh! Oh, I knew it as soon as I saw CCU? Bro. Ugh. Being wombo combo, truly. It was she who brought the crime to light. However, Ms. Yu was silenced before she could testify in court. Wasn't a Cadopian embassy staff member arrested for the murder? Yes. A Cadopian by the name of Manny Cochin was the suspect. However, due to lack of evidence, the case went unresolved. Lack of evidence? Ha! If only I was in charge of the case. I would have done everything in my power to prove his guilt. To make sure that all criminals are found guilty. My mentor really is dedicated. Faraday was the prosecutor on the case then, and he was as pathetic as ever. Mr. Faraday was in charge of the KG8 incident as well? That's right. And now, once again, the victim of the case you are currently assigned to was someone who was scheduled to testify against that smuggling organization. And just like last time, the victim was murdered right before he was to testify. You're catching on. The victim was murdered just before his day in court against the smuggling organization. Events are occurring almost exactly the same way as they did in the KG8 incident. So that's why it's being called the second KG8 incident? Yes. Yet there is one difference between the two incidents. What would that be? The so-called noble thief that is sending everyone into an uproar. The great thief, Yatagarasu. No witness protection in Japan. I know, right? You'd think once one of the witnesses died before testifying, you'd think they'd go and protect, you know, all of the other witnesses. You're right, Cass, something does smell fishy. Yatagarasu. I'd better find out more. If it is true that the Yatagarasu showed up at the Cadopian embassy, what could he or she have been after? No doubt to steal any suspicious accounting records and release them publicly. Or more likely, to steal secrets from the Cadopian embassy itself. Since the item that the Yatagarasu stole from there was sent to the police. What was it that the Yatagarasu sent to the police? I don't know the details. Damn, for once in your life. Anything related to the Yatagarasu was getting the top secret treatment. Still, I find it very ironic. By returning the stolen item to the police, it was proof positive that the Yatagarasu had infiltrated the embassy on the same day the staff member was killed. Criminals have a way of incriminating themselves, wouldn't you say? That would have to be the first time the Yatagarasu has left evidence behind, correct? Yes, indeed. If you wish to learn more about the Yatagarasu, then I suggest you ask Faraday. Mr. Faraday? He happens to be the prosecutor in charge of the Yatagarasu case as well. That's really funny that he's in charge of the Yatagarasu case and he's being accused of being the Yatagarasu. He's the prosecutor in charge of both the KG-8 incident and the Yatagarasu case? Mr. Faraday really has a lot on his plate. Oh my gosh! Is that Kay? It has to be. Oh my goodness, it's Kay. Baby! What is it, little girl? You're scary, mister. Did you need something? I want to trade these coins with you. A fistful of dimes, quarters, and pennies. But it looks like you've exactly $1. Is this what you want? Thanks, that's exactly what I needed. Okay. Could that child be here to watch the trial? How disrespectful for a child like that to be running around inside the courthouse. Does no one have respect for this country's judicial system anymore? Bro, you killed a man. I think the disrespect starts with you, bro. The paperwork for the prosecutor substitution is complete. Old man yells at Cloud, truly. Why you? Do you even know how much time there is left before the trial resumes? I'm so sorry. I can have you mopping up this courthouse instead of protecting it in an instant. It's no bother, sir. Not being completely prepared could prove to be a perfect handicap for me. A proud one you are. Look at these two bitches pointing each other, waggling their fingers at each other. Are they gonna have a thumb war next? You had better collect the evidence from Faraday and prepare yourself. It's time for your debut, Edgeworth. Oh my goodness, Edgeworth debut? As a K-pop idol? What would his K-pop song be, chat? December 10th, 4 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. A courthouse is an active PvP zone. I saw a really good tweet yesterday that was like, emailing people is turn-based combat, and I loved that because I feel that way about emails and basically any sort of like online messaging. It's kind of what it feels like sometimes. He's copying Von Karma's every move, bro. This is so bad. Just what is going on? Why isn't Faraday here yet? Also, hello, Butcher Burb. I'm sorry. Hello, how you doing today? How is it possible that the defense is not prepared yet either? Bailiff, where is Mr. Faraday? I'm not sure. I wasn't really paying attention. Mr. Judge! As old as ever. Ah, you must be the one Mr. Von Karma recommended. I hear this will be your first trial. I look forward to seeing how you perform. Off topic, but I've been working on my Sonic Adventure 2 BioLizard Lego set during the stream, which I just finished, so I'm gonna leave for a bit to swap to my computer. Sounds good! See you in a minute, Ouija fan, and I'm excited to see the finished product. Oh, by the way, was there someone celebrating a birthday during the recess? I could have sworn that I heard a popper going off. Oh, someone's dead. A popper going off, someone's been shot, chat. Oh my goodness, someone's dead. Come to think of it, the other day with my grandson. So, it looks like the trial is about to resume. However... Yes, it will be all but impossible to prove the witness a liar without the evidence from Faraday. What is that blasted buffoon up to? How many gunshots have you heard in this line of work? I mean, He is a judge. Like, in real life, he probably hasn't actually heard that many gunshots. It's an emergency, sirs! Is this... gum... shoe? Question mark? Silence! There shall be no yelling in this sacred hall of law. Bailiff, remove that man from this courtroom at once. Oh my goodness, it is! Please, wait! You have to listen to me! There's an emergency! Defendant lobby number 2! Mr. Faraday and the defendant! The two of them! They're both dead? Oh my goodness, I thought maybe one of them, not both! What? Both of them are dead? That's wild. What do we do about the case now? Hello? Oh, who is this guy? Oh my goodness, look at this big strong boy. What voice do I... Oh my goodness. There's too many men, chat. What voice do I give this guy? Stay back. No one's allowed on the crime scene. Period. Just who does this oddball think he is? This is becoming quite the hotspot. Isn't she Mr. Rel's defense attorney? Hey, you! No running in the hallway, pal! And who are you to tell me what to do? I'll never find out what's going on like this. It's time for some civil discourse. Bro is 20 and says it's time for some civil discourse. Like, he should be in the club. Thank you for the bit. Okay, well, there's ants here. I want to see the ants. The sofa looks like it's seen its fair share of use, and it looks like another part of the courthouse is visible from the window. Ah! My eyes have locked with my reflection's eyes in the barred window. As a student of Von Karma, I refuse to back down. I won. He just said I won to himself. What a loser. Interesting. They're selling special court-themed food products here. Many of them seem sort of troublesome and suspicious. Objection, I suppose. A drink vending machine. Ah! Now is not the time to be pondering what kind of drink I want. Well, I want milk. Also, why is milk in the food and not in the drinks? Okay. Defendant lobby number 1 is through here. The incident took place in lobby 2 next door. I shouldn't allow myself to be sidetracked like this. I'd better get a move on. A poster of the judge. There's a longer slogan of some sort on it in tiny letters at the bottom. Every strike of my gavel brings the truth closer to me, and my hair further away. Oh my goodness. Let me grab a can of milk from the vending machine. Actually, it's a carton. Get it right. Is this a promotional poster for the court or a hair growth product? A fire extinguisher. If one were to be hit in the head with this, I suppose the victim would lose a memory or two. But it's not as though I'd ever be so foolish as to be struck by one of these. Is Miles gonna get struck by one of these? Is that what's gonna happen? First, I need to get a handle on the situation. Perhaps I should talk to some people. Okay, I just wanted to investigate everything else first, dude. Calm down. And you are? Who, me? Hey, pal. It's common courtesy to tell someone your name first before asking theirs. Ugh. Point taken. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a district prosecutor. A prosecutor? I've never seen a prosecutor as young as you, pal. I've told you my name. Now would you mind telling me yours?
Detective Dick Gumshoe. And just recently, I achieved my dream of becoming a detective. More than a dream, it's what I was born to do. Wait, maybe I should check and make sure I'm not really in some crazy dream first.
This detective is entirely too excited to be at a murder scene. He's just happy to be here. Like, he doesn't care if it's a murder scene or anything else. He just wants to be oh, I want Swiss rolls. I saw the Swiss rolls in the background and I want them now. Oh, it's funny because Wright got bonked and lost his memory one time. I completely forgot about that. My bad. It was a reference to Phoenix being a dumbass because, of course it was. Red string of fate, I think, ties those two together. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling me what you know about the incident?
You know that I don't have to tell you anything, right?
I know that. But it would behoove you to fill me in on what you know. What the fuck does behoove mean? Hello? I hate that.
Wow, you're a proud one for such a youngster, aren't you?
Well, anyway, Detective Bad is the one in Bad? Okay, so he's evil. There's no way your last name There's no way you were in the Ace Attorney universe and your last name is Bad? There's no way that you're not evil. Like, there's no way you haven't done some sort of crime.
So you're just gonna have to ask him for all the details, okay? As for me, I was guarding the door to defendant lobby number 2.
So you were on guard detail. Did you notice anything strange while you were on duty?
Well, I freaked out when I heard a gunshot and then I kind of froze.
You're a detective and a measly gunshot scared you that much? Then again, I can hardly claim to not know what it's like to hear one at close range. Oh, Edgeworth, you're gonna learn what gunshots sound like close range. Give it a few years.
Then Detective Bad came running to the scene. We went into lobby number 2 together and both men were lying there dead.
Is that everything?
Yeah, that's it. I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle.
Interesting. Other than the gunshot, he didn't hear a single sound of commotion. That is interesting. Lady next. He already has heard one at close range 11 years prior to this. I forgot about that. Well, he's gonna hear more. Do you have a minute? You know, I'm not really into talking to people I don't know. Especially a time like this. Ah, I apologize for not introducing myself before bothering you. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I was to take Mr. Faraday's place in court. Edgeworth, huh? Never heard of you. So Faraday's substitute is a newbie, huh? I'll have you know, madam, that I studied under Manfred von Karma. Not the dickhead finger again. Do not take me for some naive novice. Huh? Do not take me for some naive novice? So you're a student of Von Karma. I should have. Those clothes are a dead giveaway. Stop right there. These are the garments of one who gallantly presents the facts. I'm so happy she's making fun of him. You got her voice perfect? Thank you. And yes, I did forget. Maybe I deserve to be shot. Noise suppression is getting you? Bro, I already turned it down last week. I don't want to turn it down much more. There we go. Down further. Thanks for the great laugh, but try not to make me laugh so much, okay? I wasn't trying to do anything of the sort. Just kidding. I was just goofing around. By the way, do you know who I am? My name is Callisto Yu. Oh! related to the witness? Question mark? No, that is a good quote. Listen, if you don't know what to quote and don't know what not to quote, just ask me, guys. Just ask. Permission to quote that? It's fine. And if you're telling the truth, then we were about to go head-to-head in court. Ah, but of course. I've heard much about you, Ms. Yu. Ah, but of course, I've heard much about you. You're a regular Shakespeare. Did I say something funny? I did that earlier, did you? I'm sorry, I didn't see it. That's my bad. Crime scene. I'd like you to update me on the situation. I don't really know anything. Why don't you try talking to those detectives over there? If that's the case, then why are you here? Oh, what's so funny? It's just that the way you speak is so tactless. The person I was going against in court, until only a little while ago, was just murdered. It's not like I could go back into the courtroom pretending as though nothing happened. That's a good point. I apologize for asking such an insensitive question. It's fine. Don't worry about it. All right, enough from her. And then we got this guy. It was about me saying he's wearing the bastard jacket. Oh. Nah, probably not quotable. Close. Close, but not quite there. Excuse me, but who are you? Detective Tyrell Bad. Homicide. I was informed of the situation and came as quickly as possible. So, how did you arrive and inspect the body before me? Faraday requested for me to testify in the trial, plain and simple. Mr. Faraday requested that you be here? This man has a chin longer than my entire face. Like, goodness gracious. I've already contacted HQ about the situation. I've got nothing to say to you, kid. Kid? I'm Mr. Faraday's substitute in today's trial. Therefore, I insist that you update me on the situation. I can't back down here. I have a right to know. His chin starts at Edgeworth's nose, right? Like Edgeworth's nose. His bottom lip. Like, oh my goodness. But that being said, his head is like taller as well. If this man has a chin, then I have a chin. Oh, that's good. Do I need to teach you a thing or two about how to talk to adults, kid? Is he threatening me? Is he going for his gun? I think he's... Oh, a mirror. He's self-centered. Should that be quoted? Oh, that's a good question. I'm laughing at my own joke. Okay, I think Mare loves it too much for it to not be quoted. It's just a mirror. How dare he trick me like that? Faraday was stabbed to death with some kind of blade, and he had a gun in his hand. The other man, a Mr. Macrell, was shot and killed. He was found holding a bloody knife in his hand. Was there anyone else who went into defendant lobby number 2? Yeah, that big lug over there. His name's Gumshoe. Big lug is correct, but he's a cute lug. He was in charge of guarding the place. He's claiming that no one else entered the room. Oh no. Are we gonna have to... Oh no. Is Gumshoe going to be accused of the murder?
Uh-oh gamers indeed.
If that's the case, then they must have killed each other, correct?
Maybe.
Such impudence. This guy's really testing my patience. Why was I not informed that you were going to testify in court?
Homicides aren't my only gig. The Yatagarasu case is also one of my assignments.
So you were called upon to comment on the Yatagarasu's characteristics in order to assess if Mr. Faraday really was the Yatagarasu or not?
Well, well. Looks like you just might have a brain after all in that head of yours, son.
Son? I'm not your son, Pops. What a bitch.
But who am I referring to? I don't know, but that entire interaction was bitchy.
Ms. Yu, there is someone here who wishes to see you. Who is it? A Cadopian Embassy staff member by the name of Manny Cochin. What? Isn't that the guy who died? What's going on? Detective Bad and Ms. Yu's moods just changed all of a sudden. Wait a second. Wasn't Manny Cochin? Oh, he was the suspect. I'll be right there. I love her outfit. Oh, I need to figure out a voice for this. Oh my goodness, so many man voices. Leave me alone. Oh, I could do something here, but it's going to absolutely destroy my throat. So I hope... Okay. Question, chat. How major of a character is this guy? Okay, you know what? That actually helps. Because I was gonna do something absolutely destructive to my throat, and the American accent is a lot less destructive. It's nice to see you again, Ms. Yu. Why are you here? I have no desire to ever see you again. Now. Actually, would you mind stepping outside for a brief chat? Fine. Let's go. Bad. Von Karma? It's been a long time. I knew you would show up. You usually do when the Yatagarasu is involved, and I see this case is no exception. Do you know Detective Bad, sir? Yes. He's like an old bloodhound that never leaves the scene of a crime. If only you would get a promotion and move on. It's the crime scene where a detective is most useful and effective. Huh. It's not like I don't know that. Moving on though, Bad. The man I just passed by. Was he not the suspect from the KG-8 incident? So I was right. Just what is that man doing, wandering around here? That Faraday. I can't believe he let such an easy catch get away. Imbecile. I would have proved his guilt in 3 minutes. Von Karma, I think you've said enough for now. It's in poor taste to speak like that about the departed. Very well. Back on topic. I'm placing Edgeworth in charge of the investigation here. Objection! Wait, was that? Oh my goodness! It's baby number 2! Ah! Hi, Franziska! Oh my goodness, how old is she here? Like, what, 15? 14? Oh my goodness. She's so small. Papa, how can you place him in charge? Franziska, what are you doing here? I'm here for summer vacation, what else? She's got a little whip instead of a big one. Franziska von Karma. So she's here on vacation from Germany. She is the daughter of Manfred von Karma and a student of his, who's also junior to me. You're the one who's junior to me, and don't you forget it. You're not conveniently avoiding the bar examination, are you? Huh. If you were able to pass, then I'll have absolutely no trouble at all. I'll never allow myself to lose to you. Never. Why does she always have to be this competitive? Anyway, Papa, are you really assigning Miles Edgeworth to cover the case?
Yes, I am. Why do you ask?
Well, you know, I'm close to becoming a prosecutor myself. And I am 100% confident that I can do a better job than him.
That's just like Franziska. She has no problem bad-mouthing someone right in front of them. Bad. Yeah? These two will be conducting the investigation.
Sibling team up!
What? You want me to let both of these kids loose on the crime scene? Ha! This is a perfect opportunity for them to work on their prosecutorial skills. A crime scene is not a place for children to be messing around in. I'm the one with the authority over this crime scene, Bad, and I will not tolerate complaining. Edgeworth, Franziska, I leave this case to the two of you. Understood, sir.
Yes, Papa.
I'll go take care of the paperwork now. Remember, I'll accept nothing but a perfect report from the both of you. Do not disappoint me.
Oh, my nose is getting itchy again. I need to put more stuff on it. Ah, what's wrong? It's been so itchy because it's been so dry. It's probably because of the weather. Probably because of the weather. I'm just going to cover my whole nose in it instead of just one spot. None of it, you will not be itchy. Ever. Please. Oh, front-facing Franziska is scary. Oh, thank goodness she's gone. Miles Edgeworth.
It's been quite some time, Franziska.
This will be the perfect chance for us to see which of us is truly worthy of the Von Common name.
Would it kill you to at least say hello?
Long time no see. Very good. Just because you became a prosecutor first doesn't mean you can act all proud.
She hasn't changed a bit.
Miles Edgeworth. As I was saying, we shall see which one of us is worthy of the Von Common name.
For crying out loud, I've been reduced to a babysitter. It looks like Mr. Von Karma was successful in convincing the detective. That's just like him, he never fails.
Now, I'd appreciate it if you could quickly run me through the facts, Detective Bad.
You're better off checking things out on your own.
Very well. Seems like getting help from Detective Bad will be a most arduous task. Oh my goodness, it's a pile of dead. Death pile. Ugh. Is the only real explanation that they killed each other simultaneously? Miles Edgeworth, you should listen to someone until they finish talking.
What are you talking about?
I'll only say it one more time. This is a competition to see who is truly worthy of the Von Karma name.
A competition?
The person that figures out the truth first wins.
So the person who doesn't discover the truth is a dishonor to the name?
Exactly. I don't care that you became a prosecutor before me. I simply refuse to hear any more foolish things come from your foolishly foolish mouth.
Fine, whatever makes you happy.
It's really funny that she's so obsessed with the family name when Miles Edgeworth doesn't even have the family name. He's still just Edgeworth. Pile of dead. I think I won't take it through.
Mild.
I deserved mileage, though. Thank you for the bit.
Can I take that as you accepting my challenge?
Once again, whatever makes you happy.
Huh. Well then, let's begin the investigation, shall we? I'm going to find the perfect evidence and prettily present it like the professional I am. Competing to discover the truth behind a crime. How delightfully childish. You kids over there. Oh, kid? Ha, serves you right, Miles. He just called you a kid. I said kids, kid. How dare you call me a kid as well? I'll do what I please, and I won't allow you to cause a ruckus on my crime scene. Hey, big guy, you're going to watch over these two. Yes, sir. Detective Bad, sir. Now, do what I say from now on, kids, okay? You'd better not get in our way, Scruffy. You'll feel the bite of my whip if you do. Yee! Then you, prosecutor boy. Let's get your investigation started already, all right? Great. Now even that detective is treating me like a child. All right, it's time to get investigating. Get a move on, prosecutor boy. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and if you were to call me prosecutor boy one more time, it will be my duty as a prosecutor to look into your monthly salary. Oh, here we go. The money card. What? And what would you do with my salary after you saw how much it was? That's up to you now, isn't it? Really? Sounds good, pal. He's so naive. All right, investigation begin. Detective Bad, may I have a word with you? What is it? It appears that both a knife and a gun were used as murder weapons. Yeah, it does. That leads us to our first question of the investigation. Where did the men acquire these weapons? The gun was inside a Faraday's bag. It was a piece of evidence that was presented in the trial earlier today. It was used to kill the Cadopian Embassy staff member. But I never heard anything about the knife. Mr. Rowe was being held by the police. There's no way he could have brought it in. Which means it's possible that Faraday had the knife on him from the start as well. Could it have been a piece of evidence that had yet to be presented? But then why doesn't Detective Bad know about it? Wait, what if... It's possible that Mr. Faraday brought the knife in under the guise of prosecutorial evidence. He could have then brought it out and attacked Mr. Rell with it. Huh. Maybe you've got a brain in there after all, kid. Ugh. Is he going to treat me like a child forever? Yes. The answer to that is very easily yes. It looks like Mr. Faraday attacked Mr. Rell first, who then counterattacked. That's the only logical conclusion you can draw from a scene like this. Not yet. I feel that it's much too early to be drawing conclusions already. I must first find conclusive evidence so as to protect the honor of the Von Karma name. Let's look at window first. The window is open, and there's a fresh flowery scent in the air. Ugh, the flowers in the garden down there are so gross and ghastly. Do you think maybe you could try offering something useful for a change? At least there's no way someone escaped through this window, pal. They wouldn't wake up and smell the flowers after a fall from the 3rd floor. Are you willfully ignoring the fact that there are also iron bars on the windows? Yeah, I guess there's that too. Either way, no one could get through these windows, right? They thought of everything when they were designing this courthouse. Very nice. Right, we've got window. Wait. Hey, Peace, how you doing? Look what I discovered! Wait. Bad is left-handed, look! Oh, this is the best day of my life. Rel is also left-handed, look! Wait! Cool! We've got a left-handed detective and a left-handed murderer. Balanced as all things should be. Whoa! What is it, Detective Gumshoe? My TV at home is so tiny compared to this one, pal. then perhaps you should purchase a more normal-sized television like this one.
Ooh, let me see here. Wow, this thing is huge! Ah! And way too noisy!
Twinning! 2 men are dead. Faraday's not left-handed. He's got the gun in his right hand. Unless you've accidentally spoiled me, Aaron. You're the noisy one, Scruffy.
Don't touch it! You'll get your fingerprints all over it. But I didn't touch it. Preservation of the crime scene is the foundation of detective work. The foundation, huh? Sounds like something the rookie here needs to shore up on. Oh no, Rel is right-handed. My bad, I got it wrong. So it's just bad. Alright, TV. TV has been left on. Why are you looking at me like that? It wasn't me, I didn't touch anything. Gumshoe, did you know what will happen if you touch something again? Right? I won't touch anything! I won't even go anywhere near the TV, sir! And you, get back to your investigation, alright? I was planning to do so anyway. Okay, the TV shenanigans is done. There's some stuff in the bag, pal. I suppose this was Mr. Faraday's bag. It's probably the trial evidence I was supposed to collect from him. This is the evidence? I'd better not touch it. I'll leave prints on it. Do you just not pay attention to anything you do? We got a piece of paper. There are some plastic bags. Oh, not paper. There's a tea set too, but there doesn't seem to be any sign of a disturbance. Yeah, the table's all neat and tidy. Maybe they were super quiet in their scuffle? After all, I didn't hear anything from out in the hallway, you know? Maybe the plastic bags scattered on the floor are throwing us off? Wait. Scent of flowers is in the air. Okay, I don't think there's anything just yet. Plant! We love plant. This decorative plant's foliage is quite nice. It's actually soothing to be around it. Perhaps I should purchase one for my room. Couch. Why are there plastic bags scattered all around? Okay, we're not investigating the couch. Those bags are for keeping evidence safe, pal. I know that much, detective. You sure are good at this stuff, aren't you, pal? Normally I'd be happy when someone compliments me, but when it's this guy... Anyway, could these plastic bags be evidence of a fight between the two men? Interesting. Let's look at the actual crime scene, shall we? It looks like Mr. Faraday fell on top of Mr. Rel. At first glance, it seems like they must have killed each other. However... Using logic, the only logical conclusion is... Aha! But what was that outburst for? My detective's instinct just hit me real hard. It was Mr. Rel that fell first, see? You don't need a detective's instinct for that. It's common sense. But I suppose we won't know how much more than that until after I examine the bodies. Alright, time to inspect every nook and cranny. Knife. It looks like Mr. Rel died with the knife in his hand. There's some blood stuck on it. Then he must have used this as a weapon. Yup, no doubt about it. Was Mr. Faraday carrying this on his personage? Did he bring this as a piece of evidence for the trial? Or did he bring it with a very different intention in mind? I should jot some notes down about it. Alright, notes have been jotted. First he killed a Cadopian embassy staff member, then he was murdered himself. This guy wasn't exactly an angel, you know. Oh? What makes you say that? Well, he's been hauled into the precinct several times for theft and assault, pal. So yeah, he's definitely the type to have committed a murder or two. Well, he did admit to killing Mr. Deadman. I'm sorry, I'm never not gonna crack up at that name. Hey, good point, pal. I knew my detective's intuition was telling me something. Detective's intuition? Yep. Do you know about it? It's a special feeling that all We don't have time for this conversation. Let's return to the investigation. Blood bag. Why are there plastic bags scattered all around? These bags are for keeping evidence safe. Oh, we already did this conversation. Normally, I'd be happy when someone comes to me, but no one is this guy. Could these plastic bags be evidence of a fight between the two men? So we're not going to comment on the fact that one of the bags is filled with blood? Okay. Looks like Mr. Faraday died while holding the gun in his right hand. So he shot Mr. Rell and then fell on top of him while still gripping onto the gun? I guess that does seem kind of strange, huh? I mean, why would Mr. Faraday know how to fire a gun? It's not exactly rocket science. Even I know how to pull a trigger. Although I doubt I'll ever need to use one. Oh, Edgeworth! Oh! The amount of foreshadowing in this case. I hope I never have to fire a gun either, pal. But it sure does look cool to hold a gun in your hands. It appears that the police's screening procedures need to have a thorough review. Anyway, I should jot down some notes about the handgun. There we go. Faraday. Mr. Faraday. How ironic it is for him to lose his life in a courthouse. Yeah, why did it have to be like this? I don't know what to say. I can't believe this happened while I was on watch, pal. Rather than beating yourself up, you should spend your time continuing the investigation. Didn't you become a detective in order to solve crimes? Yeah. Then get back to work. Find out the cause of his murder. Right, I'm on it, pal. Anything else? Oh, there's a mark on his hand. His hand is all black down here, see? I wonder what it could be. If you look closely, this blotching pattern resembles an ink stain. Oh. An ink stain? Yes, I usually get ink on my own hand when I use my feather pen. Wait, that means he is left-handed. If he's got an ink stain on his left hand, then he has to write with his left hand, right? Mr. Rell's cause of death was from being shot, correct? That's what we think, but it's hard to tell with him lying face down. Death is bad enough, but it's truly lamentable that someone would try to hide the truth. You sure they were trying to hide something? I can't confirm Mr. Rell's cause of death with his body positioned like that. Detective Bad, I'd like to examine the bodies in further detail if possible. What's this? You're not able to form a theory with them all the way they are? I believe an examination of the bodies is vital to finding the perfect evidence, don't you? I suppose you do have a point. Well, hurry up and get on with it. Thank you for the quack piece. Labby? Yes, sir. We've taken enough photos of the scene, sir. And there you have it. Do you not approve? Of course not. What? Investigation of a crime scene is the work of a detective, so don't touch a thing. Hey, big fella, turn over the bodies for me, will ya? Okay. Please forgive me, Mr. Faraday, sir. Gumshoe, do not get emotionally involved. Remember, you're a detective. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. All right, here are our big boys. Stabbed and shot. Looks pretty cut and dry. There's a knife wound in his chest here, see? I wonder if their wound matches the knife Mr. Rell is holding. Labby? Yes, sir. Verifying now, sir. Make it quick. From the look of things, one could deduce that the knife Mr. Rell is holding is what killed Mr. Faraday. Gun, again. Mr. Faraday is holding a gun in his right hand. That's the one Mr. Rell got blown away by, right? Labby, your answer. Yes, sir. We found that the ballistic markings do match that gun. Oh, ballistic markings are the figurative fingerprints of a gun leaves on a bullet when fired.
Every gun leaves its own unique ballistic markings. Therefore, by looking at the markings on a bullet, you can tell which gun it came from.
Yeah, that's it. Of course I already knew all about that, pal.
Maybe you'd be better off going back to the academy.
Come on, sir, cut me some slack, will ya?
So the bullet that was fired from this gun is what felled Mr. Rell. Anything else? Nope, his face is done. How about the pen? There's something in his breast pocket. It's a fountain pen.
Hey, you know, I always keep a pencil behind my ear.
We know, Gumshoe. We do have eyes.
It's because Detective Bad is always telling me. You should always write your name on everything you own.
Yes, somehow you do strike me as quite a forgetful individual. Let me logic some things. Fountain pen, ink stain. Those must be related, right? Good. The splotch on Mr. Faraday's hand. I wonder if it might be the ink from his fountain pen.
Ooh, let's ask the lab guy.
Detective Gumshoe, I confirm that the substance on Mr. Faraday's hand is the ink from his fountain pen. Mountain pen.
I see, good work. You know, I've always wanted to say that, even if it was just one time in my life.
If Mr. Faraday wrote with his fountain pen in his left hand, I think it's fair to
Mountain
assume
pen.
he was left-handed. It appears that Mr. Faraday's pen is very important to our case as well.
Okay, if you say so, pal.
Thank you for the bit, Thunder Phoenix. I'm not gonna do that yet. I'll do this. It looks like Mr. Faraday was stabbed with this knife that Mr. Rell is holding.
Ouch!
What's wrong, Detective?
My stomach started to hurt from just thinking about being stabbed.
Just keep your mind on the case, alright? Bullet wound. Shot in the chest.
Takes some guts to fire a gun in a courthouse. I mean, I've been a detective for a whole week and I still haven't fired a single round yet.
There aren't any burn marks on his clothes. That must mean...
Wait, burn marks?
A round grows very hot as it is discharged from a firearm. Therefore, burn marks are usually left when a shot is fired from point-blank range. Ergo, Mr. Rell must have been shot from at least a yard or two away. But then they fell on top of each other. Things aren't adding up here.
You sure do know a bunch of neat stuff for your age, pal.
Apparently, this detective has as much common knowledge as your everyday marsupial. Let us now try to understand how the two men died. First, Mr. Faraday took the gun and the knife out from today's trial evidence. Then he aimed the gun at Mr. Rell and fired. However, Mr. Rell managed to grab the knife and counter Mr. Faraday while being shot. Then, the two men fell together where they stood. That is my theory in any case.
What a crazy way to go.
Still, something about that explanation just doesn't seem right. It's really not. Because if he was shot from several feet away, it's impossible. Unless there was like a stumbling thing going on, because he was shot in the chest. Gunshot to the chest doesn't often kill a person like straight away, as opposed to like a shot, you know, through the skull. I believe I now have a firmer grasp on what happened here. Okay. Let's look at some things tea set and plastic bags on top of the table completely disturbed. Plastic bags used to store evidence. I'm gonna go this one because they both mention the plastic bags. I just want to see if there's something here. Yes! There is a very tidy pile of plastic bags on the table. And yet, a portion of them wound up scattered on the floor as well. It's not likely that the ones on the floor were knocked over during the struggle, in which case, might there not be another explanation as to how they got there?
Another reason?
I believe it's possible that the blood on the outside of the bag is related somehow.
Please get that blood away from me, pal.
Detective Gumshoe, whose blood is on this bag?
Hold on, let me ask the lab guy.
All right, please hurry.
Where'd you get a load of this, pal? It's Mr. Faraday's. Oh, and the technician said they didn't find anything else on or in the bag either.
It would appear that this bag is a very important piece of evidence.
Okay, if you say so. I leave it in your hands, pal.
Interesting. See, now that I don't know where that comes in, unfortunately.
I guess there's not much left to investigate, huh? They really did kill each other.
No, we can't conclude that quite yet. There's still something I find very peculiar here. The theory that they simply killed one another is too simplistic in this case. In fact, there is actually a contradiction that shows there is another possibility.
No way, pal, really?
I suppose I will just have to show you the contradiction in this crime scene. Okay, I know what to do here. It's gonna be this. It's gonna be the right-handed gun and the left-handed pen. It has to be. Now we come face to face with the contradiction I spoke of, and it is this. Mr. Faraday used his left hand to write with his fountain pen. Ergo, he is left-handed. And yet, the handgun is in his right hand. Don't you find it odd that the left-handed Mr. Faraday would hold the gun in his right hand? That, lady and gentlemen, is the great contradiction haunting this crime scene.
Hey, you're right, pal. That does seem kind of strange. But how could something like that happen?
The facts add up to one conclusion and one alone. Someone else put the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand after he died.
Someone else?
Plastic bags scattered on the floor, and a gun in the wrong hand. I sense the presence of a shadowy figure behind this case. A person of vile intent who is serious about keeping the truth from us. And I think it's bad, because we've already established that Gumshoe barely sees anything under his nose. He's incredibly oblivious. So Bad could have planted something while Gumshoe wasn't looking.
Here's the autopsy report.
It is probable that Mr. Rell survived for a short time after he was shot. However, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously from his stabbing. Wow. That immediate? Damn. I think it's bad, as in the act of hiding the truth is bad. No, I think the detective Bad is bad. Franziska is so tiny. I love her. I'd say I want to protect her from everything, but she is currently looking at a man that was shot and a man that was stabbed. But I don't think she should still be in school. She should be on the playground. She should be playing Pokemon, chat. It looks like we now know everything we need to know about this case. Are you sure we know everything? Oh great, now they've both identically crossed their arms too. Of course! The incident began with Mr. Faraday attempting to get his revenge. The prosecutor went into a rage from being accused and tried to kill the defendant. But the defendant fought back and they ended up killing each other. It's all very clear and simple. There is absolutely no margin for doubt. Do you really believe that to be the truth? Huh. Are you saying that just because I figured out the truth before you, that you don't want to believe it's true? Ugh. It's all right. If you disagree with my argument, then prove me wrong. Well, if there are any contradictions to be found, that is. Don't worry, I will. Thank you for the hydrate money. Ooh, all done. Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous, while Mr. Rell survived for a short time. From this, it's obvious that Mr. Faraday died after he shot Mr. Rell, and Mr. Rell, while on the brink of death, stole Mr. Faraday's knife and stabbed him. Those are the facts of this case. I'm not sure about that. Wait, what was in history? Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous, therefore he must have attacked first. Proving that logic to be false is probably the fastest way to show her that she's wrong. How do I do that is the question. Rebuttal time. Press. Do you truly believe that Mr. Faraday died instantaneously? I have the murder report right here. Mr. Faraday died instantaneously of shock due to being stabbed in the chest. Therefore, you see? It's been documented clear as day. Ugh. Okay, so that one doesn't mean anything. This one. Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Rel before he died. Do you have any basis for that statement? Your foolishness has no end, does it? Now, I hate to repeat myself. However, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously. That's all the basis I need. Alright, so if Mr. Faraday died instantaneously, then he must have attacked Mr. Rel before being stabbed. You're finally beginning to catch on, I see. And Mr. Rel, while on the brink of death, stole Mr. Faraday's knife and stabbed him. Press. So you believe that the dying Mr. Rel stole the knife from Mr. Faraday? Mr. Rel became desperate as he did not want to die. Human beings can do amazing things when they are put to the test. So, the two men struggled, and in the end, Mr. Rel was able to grab the knife and stab Mr. Faraday. The messy condition of this room is a testament to their struggle. Yes, my logic is perfectly sound. Can you really say that it's perfect? What are you insinuating? Nothing. However, I can't let what you said slide by without further inquiry. One must be clear and precise, so if you could append the statement to your testimony. Fine. They struggled, and Mr. Rel used the last of his strength to counterattack Mr. Faraday.
I can't watch you let.
Present? Oh, hush, but thank you for the bit. There's no gunpowder bird. It was possible he was alive for a little while after being shot. But Besides, other than the gunshot, he didn't hear a sign of a struggle. Present. I knew there was some evidence I had about there not being a struggle. If the two men were fighting, their struggle would have surely caused quite a bit of noise. However, Detective Gumshoe testified that he heard absolutely nothing. You place too much faith in that detective's testimony, you know. But for the sake of the argument, let's say there wasn't a fight. How then did Mr. Rel get his hands on the knife? Mr. Faraday's bag was sitting right here in lobby number 2. It's not hard to imagine that perhaps Mr. Rel saw a chance and took it out at some point. So, what you're saying is this. Mr. Rel took a chance when he saw the opportunity and took the knife from the bag. And then Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Rel after being stabbed? Isn't there something strange in Franziska's statement just now? I didn't think so, but I will press it anyway. Let me read this. Mr. Rel took a chance when he saw the opportunity and took the knife from the bag, and then Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Rel after being stabbed. Ooh, I'm not sure. Wait, something doesn't add up. Oh, really? It's simply not possible for Mr. Faraday to have shot Mr. Rel after being stabbed. Notes. Instantaneous death. Okay, present this. According to the coroner's report, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously, meaning that he died immediately upon being stabbed by the knife. Ergo, he could not possibly have fired the gun after that. Ooh, you got me. But of course, Well then, if the report is correct, then there is only one correct explanation. If we suppose that Mr. Rell attacked first, then Mr. Faraday, who died instantaneously, would have been unable to kill Mr. Rell. Therefore, Mr. Rell must have stabbed Mr. Faraday after he was shot. Then they both died. That is the only explanation that makes logical sense. Negating your opponent's ideas in order to prove your own theory. I see you've been studying, Franziska. I just wanted to explain it to you as simply as possible, before you foolishly propose a foolish theory that only a foolish fool like you could. How naive of you to believe that only your opinions are valid, and still expect to discover the truth that the crime scene offers you. Franziska, you've still got a ways to go. What are you talking about? Are you saying there's a flaw in my logic? Mr. Faraday died instantly. And the fact that he did is what gives rise to the contradiction in this scene. The contradiction here in this crime scene is... Oh, the order the bodies fell! Because if Mr. Faraday died first, why did he fall second? Oh, I didn't even think of that. Let me get this straight. What you are arguing is this. Mr. Faraday took the gun from his evidence bag and shot Mr. Rell. Then, the wounded Mr. Rell found an opportunity to take the knife and strike back. Upon being stabbed, Mr. Faraday died on the spot and Mr. Rell died thereafter. If that's the case, then how do you explain this? Take a good look at the order in which their bodies are piled. No! Mr. Faraday's body is lying on top of Mr. Rell's. Therefore, Mr. Rell must have died before Mr. Faraday. Impossible! Yes, I agree that it seems strange no matter what angle you approach it from. Which means that the real mystery behind this crime scene that we must solve is... No, not so fast, Miles Edgeworth. What now? I made him sound so pissed off. He's so done with her bullshit. I simply think that you ought to think a bit more outside the box. And that it's even clearer now that the incident started with Mr. Faraday's murderous intent. She sure bounced back quickly. An explanation won't be enough this time. It's going to take some very decisive evidence to prove her wrong. Here we go again. It was just a chance that Mr. Faraday's body fell on top of Mr. Rell's. The two bodies fell into a pile, which indicates that they attacked each other at the same time. It really doesn't matter in the slightest that they fell in the opposite order. I just know that Franziska's explanation isn't absolutely correct. All I have to do is find a hole in her logic. Once I do, I can then present her with the evidence that proves the contradiction. All right. Pressy, pressy, pressy time. Let's just chance that Faraday's body fell on top of Mr. Rell's. Press. About that, pressing someone's testimony in order to gain some time to think. You're a real one-trick pony, aren't you? It's too bad your trick only works on fools. That wasn't my intent. I simply wish for more details as to how Mr. Faraday ended up on top of Mr. Rell. Someone's impatient. I was just about to explain everything to you. So do you think you could hold on for a minute? Franziska, I'll make you a deal. I'll hold on if you hold on to that whip of yours. I will hold on to it all right, as I whip you. Why did Von Karma give her a whip? Like, what? What was going through his mind when he thought, yes, I'll give my daughter a weapon? Hello? Well, now that you've quieted down a bit, I'd like to continue if you don't mind. The two bodies fell into a pile. The two fell on top of each other. Don't you find that to be just a bit strange? Not at all. I can see it in her eyes. She's dead set against me from the bottom of her heart. Miles Edgeworth, once I'm done here, you'll see that there's nothing strange at all. Now then, the two men fell into a pile, which indicates that they attacked each other at the same time. Oh, I think this is what I present, but I'm gonna press it just in case. What do you mean by they attacked each other at the same time? I assume Mr. Faraday had the two different weapons in his hands. He made to attack Mr. Rel while holding both the knife and revolver. And then, after Mr. Faraday fired the gun, Mr. Rel grabbed the knife as he was falling and stabbed Mr. Faraday. That is how Mr. Rel wound up on the bottom with Mr. Faraday on top. At close range, that is more than possible. There it is, close range. Yes, it's possible, but, well, if you have any other ideas, then show me what you've got. Oh, I will. And to that extent, I'd like for you to append what you just said to your testimony. I don't see any point to that, but as you please. Okay, the fact indicates that they attacked each other at the same time from close range. Present! I mean, it's Manfred, what do you expect? That's true. Manfred is just the piece of work of all time. He was shot from a few yards away. Okay, present.
Objection!
So you believe they killed each other at close range? Sorry, but that's impossible. Just as it is written in the crime scene notes, the firing of the handgun did not leave a gunpowder burn on Mr. Rel's clothes. Therefore, Mr. Rel and the gun must have been separated by a distance of at least 2 to 3 yards. Ha! Yes, this is by far the biggest contradiction. The two bodies are piled up on each other, yet the gun was fired from a distance. And with there being no chance that Mr. Rel moved that far after being shot, that leaves only one possible explanation. What a completely foolish line of foolish thought from a thoroughly foolish fool! If I'm not right, then who was it that made the first move with the intent to kill, huh? Who? The person that attacked first with the murderous intent, that would be neither of them. Here in this room, contradictions appear no matter which man we claim attacked first. Thus, there can only be one explanation. There was a third person here. It was that third person who killed both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel, and set their bodies up to make it look like a double murder. That third person is the real culprit. Miles Edgeworth, there's just one thing you're missing. Evidence, correct? Exactly. Everything you've said up until now is nothing but a story played out in your head. However, this is where the real test begins. Can you prove that there was a third person involved in this crime? Of course. If a third person was truly here, that fact would resolve the glaring contradiction. The proof that this has been a setup made to look like they killed each other. I'll present it and lay bare the final piece of the puzzle that's not yet in place. What is the piece of evidence that proves there is a third person involved? Oh, I don't know. The fact that you don't trip over all of Franziska's fools is crazy. I don't know how I do it. Like, it does not make sense to me. Because it's, you know, generally a fairly, you know, it's a bit of a tongue twister when I say it, but I trip up on other things, but not the foolish stuff. I don't know what the evidence could be that there was a third person, though. Maybe the left-handed pen. But we've already used that as like a contradiction thing. So I'm not, one of the bags. This blood here is from Mr. Faraday, but there are no other clues to be found, which begs the question, do I need to put this bag inside another bag in order to preserve it as evidence? Okay, well there's nothing else to do with that. How about we look at the pen? Oh. It seems Mr. Faraday was in the habit of using very nice fountain pens. It's the total opposite to me. I don't get these things at all. I don't think the pencil behind your ear... I think the pencil behind your ear suits you just fine. Aw, that's cute. That wasn't exactly a compliment. Oh, don't ruin the moment, bro. This looks like a quality nib. Oh, Gumshoe, you idiot. Alright. Everything's been played with. Okay. Ooh, I'm still gonna say the pen!
Take that!
This is that very evidence. Damn it, it's not right. Think you could explain it? There's no need for an explanation. Okay, yep, it's not right. Damn it. And there's the whack. So what is it? But there's definitely a contradiction here, and it should resolve itself if there was truly a third person here. I just need to go over the evidence and my thoughts once again. What is the piece of evidence that proves there is a third person? Wasn't Hall on guard duty. Other than the gunshot, didn't hear sign of a struggle. What about this? No, it's no way is that. Thank you for the pipe. Discovered immediately after a gunshot was heard. Faraday died of a knife stab to the chest. The shock from the stabbing caused instantaneous death. Rel died of a bullet wound to the chest. There is no gunpowder burn on his clothes, suggesting that he was shot from a few yards away. It's possible he was alive for a little while after being shot. Oh, which one? It was found in Rel's hand. Is it the gun?
Take that!
I have some life to lose. The gun in Mr. Faraday's hand and the plastic bag with his blood on it. Both of them, okay. These two items point to the presence of a third person. How so? Recall Detective Gumshoe's testimony.
I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle.
If there wasn't a struggle in this room, then there shouldn't be any plastic bags on the ground, meaning that someone else must have deliberately scattered them around. Do you not see the possibility in this? Disregarding the gun for the moment, there's a high probability of blood splatter when a knife is used on a person. If the culprit held the knife with a plastic bag around it, they could use the bag to catch any blood splatter from when they withdrew the knife. Then, by spreading a few more plastic bags around, mixing the bloody one in with them, and arranging the room to make it look like there was a struggle between the two, they were able to conceal their presence. Looks like we've still got a long way to go in this investigation. Yes.
Objection!
Who is this? Who said that? Oh, hello.
What the heck's up with you, pal?
Mr. Bad, I advise you to place Detective Gumshoe under arrest. I knew it! I knew Detective Gumshoe was gonna be the one that was gonna be accused of the murder. I knew it!
What?
What's the meaning of this? Looks like you're not man enough to discipline your own subordinates. Don't you dare. That detective claims he was there, standing in front of the door the entire time. But I have it on good authority that it was all a giant lie. Gumshoe! Ms. Yu, I ask that you please explain that last statement. I'll let his owner explain it himself.
I saw it with my own eyes, I tell you. During the recess, there was a period of time when there was no one in the hallway. What?
See, Mr. Bad? So I ask you, why would a detective who was supposedly doing his job the whole time want to fabricate such a lie?
Gumshoe, did you kill Faraday? No! Of course not, sir!
It would appear that the one who set this whole crime scene up is that detective, which basically renders his testimony a complete lie and wholly invalid. It looks like your perfect logic has just come tumbling down, Miles.
It's in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle.
Was that statement really a lie?
Detective Gumshoe, you're now a suspect in the murder of 2 men. Now, spit out the truth or so help me. I haven't lied to anyone, sir. Honest. I really was there. I was in the hallway the whole time.
Hold it.
Detective Bad, I ask that you please do not act without my permission. After all, I am the one that is heading up this investigation, am I not?
Don't talk like you know what's going on, boy.
All I want is for this investigation to run perfectly. Perfection is the only wish of a disciple of Von Karma, after all. Therefore, before you take Detective Gumshoe into custody, I'd like to set the record straight on something.
And what's that?
What should I ask Detective Gumshoe about? Ooh, what should I ask about? Oh, that's a good question. Maybe the state of the hallway? Detective Gumshoe, I take it that no one else was in the hallway at any time, correct?
Huh? Of course not, pal.
You're being awfully defensive. Might you be hiding something from me?
Watch your mouth, pal. You can't go around saying stuff like that about me without any evidence.
I suppose you're right. I have no evidence at this point. Miles Edgeworth, how could you be losing a battle of wits with this detective? You're a disgrace. Maybe I should ask about something else. What should I ask Detective Gumshoe about? Why he wasn't in the hallway? Detective Gumshoe, why were you missing from the hallway for a span of time?
Look, pal, like I said, I was there the whole time, okay?
But there's testimony against you that... Miles Edgeworth, why are you wasting our time with a completely useless question? There's only logical reason as to why he was absent, is that he was busy committing the crime. Anyone who says otherwise is a fool. Maybe I should ask about something else. Really? I have to ask about the motive? I suppose the one thing I'd like clarified is Detective Gumshoe's motive for committing this crime.
Motive, huh? Gumshoe? You got a grudge against Faraday or anything? No, sir. Not me. Not a single bad thing against Mr. Faraday, sir. Is that a fact?
Objection.
You really have a problem with lying, don't you, Detective Gumshoe?
I'm telling you, I am not lying.
The more unnatural you act, the more suspicious you become, you know. If you want a motive, Edgeworth, I have one for you right here. Could you please share it with us? However, be forewarned that I won't hesitate to object to flights of fancy, because all I'm interested in is the perfect explanation. You're serious, aren't you? Fine. You amuse me, so I'll humor you with a little courtroom practice. Oh my goodness, more! Far out. Where does this end? It was about a week ago. I saw the detective get chewed out by a livid Faraday in front of the precinct. He stood there super pale as Mr. Faraday yelled, "That's a salary cut." A brand new detective suddenly getting his salary cut. That's reason enough for a grudge. How's that for the perfect explanation?
You totally misunderstand me, pal. No matter how mad I get, I could never hold a grudge.
Quiet. We can't trust anything you say.
Sir.
There's nothing wrong with the motive she purposed, per se, but there are some gaps in her logic that need to be filled in. Mizu's perfect explanation may not be so perfect at all. All right, rebuttal time. It was about a week ago. Press.
Hold it.
A week ago? Then you and Detective Gumshoe are acquaintances? No way. I only met him in person today. Then how did you know about Detective Gumshoe? Oh, I've seen him around before.
Hold it.
Mr. Faraday was upset? Yes. You know what else? Mr. Faraday isn't exactly known to get angry often. But there he was, totally beat red in the face. And the offending detective just stood there, pale as a ghost, like he was about to die. Just like the face he's making now, right?
Oh, I'm completely innocent, I tell you.
Hey, Broccoli, how you doing? Welcome in.
The poor man.
It was quite the scene with the detective. He stood there super pale as Mr. Faraday yelled, "That's a salary cut."
Hold it!
You just stood there, watching this unfold in front of you? Yeah, I have to say it was really enjoyable too. But that's why when I saw Detective Gumshoe earlier, I knew to stay clear of him.
No way. I thought it was because I had something stuck on my face.
I've been called to the VG mines by a mate. Gonna lurk? No worries, Atare. See you around. But you do.
Huh? What have I got stuck on my face?
Let's start with your eyes, nose, mouth. Oh, and those ridiculous eyebrows. She's such a mean girl, hello?
Huh?
Oh man, messing with your head is just too much fun. Miss Yu, if you don't mind, I'd like to return to your testimony now. Sure, why not? A brand new detective suddenly getting salary cut that's reason enough for a grudge.
Hold it!
To cut a new detective's salary right off the bat like that. I'm not really familiar with the way you guys relate, but is that a common practice?
Speaking of cutting my salary, didn't you threaten to do that to me earlier too?
I suppose I did. It's only natural to cut a worthless detective's salary down to their actual worth. My father can even fire anyone, new or old, with a snap of his fingers. Do you think maybe that's the reason enough for detectives to hate you people?
Well, I guess. They really shouldn't cut people's pay.
Detective Bad, don't tell me Mr. Von Karma cut your salary earlier? And one more press.
Hold it!
You call your explanation perfect? Is it not to your liking? Unfortunately for you, it's just not up to my standards. Oh, is there something you want me to clarify in case? What should I do? Should I raise an objection? Yes. Alright, if you could just clear this one thing up for me. Oh, that I didn't mean to... Okay, wrong button. You still haven't explicitly established how Mr. Faraday was killed. Coming senile already, Miles? Mr. Faraday was stabbed to death with a knife. Ugh, not that. What I meant to ask was, how were the two men killed when they were in a guarded room?
We're gonna find that out very soon from Gumshoe at his interrogation, boy.
Ugh. Okay, wrong question, so we have to go again. Oh, you're right, Edgeworth. Poor baby. Tell you what, I'll let you have another go. How's that? Okay, clear this one thing up for me. Motive for Rel, Faraday and Gumshoe's relation. Motive for Rel. I have enough, health to kill. I understand Detective Gumshoe's potential motive for killing Mr. Faraday. However, what about his motive for killing Mr. Rel? His motive for killing Rel? Like I would know. If there was no clear motive for both of the murders, then I doubt this incident would have occurred. Wouldn't you agree? Is there anyone else who might have had a grudge against either of the two men? Or should we look into that ourselves? Oh, in that case, I have absolutely no idea. Good night, Thunder Phoenix. Thank you so much for coming out and hanging out. See you around. What? But that's impossible. She must know something. Wait. Can you please not glare at me like that? It makes me laugh. Oh, I didn't even do anything and you're already laughing anyway. Well, anyway, the way I see it, as long as he had a motive to kill one of the two, this crime would have played out the way it did anyway. Oh? Would you care to explain your logic? And this time, please try to provide a truly perfect explanation. Perfect this, perfect that. Stop being so uptight, or is that a requisite trait for being a Von Karma? Ahahaha. Mars Edgeworth, I demand that you shut this rude woman up. Let Franziska say bitch. Please. Thank you for the hydrate, D-Gauge. I wish you'd both be quiet for just 1 second. Ahem. Oh well, I guess I'll just have to explain it to you kids. Another one. There's no one out there with a motive to kill both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel. All you really have to establish is that someone had a grudge against one of the two men. Mr. Rel, who happened to be there, became a witness to Mr. Faraday's murder. Therefore, he was killed out of necessity and set up to look like they had killed each other. I wonder if that's really true. Is there no one out there with a grudge against both men? I should take another hard look at the evidence for this morning's case. The second KG-8 incident, as people are calling it, involving an embassy staff member, and the two men who both wound up as suspects in the case. Is there someone else I'm overlooking who is somehow related to them? Okay, I think I've got it. There's no one out there with the motive to kill both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel. Okay. What about this? Would it be this? Yes! I knew it. Monsieur, I believe there is someone you overlooked in making your statement. Or rather, is it because you'd rather not bring this person up? What do you mean? We are looking for someone with a reason to kill both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel. I can think of at least one person that fits that bill. He was the suspect in the original KG-8 incident, and a member of the Godopian Embassy staff. Mr. Manny Cochin. Goodness, my brain's not working. Ah. That's right. The very man who came to visit you earlier out in the hallway. The man who killed a member of the Godopian Embassy staff, Mr. Rel, and the man who was the lead prosecutor of the KG-8 incident, Mr. Faraday. Are you telling me that Mr. Cochin has no reason at all to kill both of these men? Well, I suppose he might have a reason or two.
You covered for me, pal! Maybe you're not such a bad guy after all.
Don't get ahead of yourself. You're still a suspect, make no mistake about that. The perfect evidence, the perfect testimony, these are the only things I wish to hold.
But I didn't do it!
You will stay under my authority and go investigate Mr. Manny Cochin for me. And remember, I will not be very forgiving should any of this leak out. Ooh. You want to investigate Cochin? You'd just be wasting your time. And why is that? Cochin was up in the viewing gallery watching the trial. Or so I was told. Every cop in this place has been keeping an eye on the guy since he arrived. I swear it's this guy. It has to be this bad man. Then the only real suspect we have is still Detective Gumshoe. I suppose so.
No way. Come on, Detective Birch, you've got to believe me, sir. I really was in that hallway the whole time, sir. I never took a single step into this room, sir.
Okay. Then are you saying there was someone else who passed through the hallway? No, there was no one else, sir. Then why should I believe you didn't do it? That is one incredibly foolish detective. Standing right in front of a crime scene all by himself. It's as good as a confession of guilt. I have to admit it's a bit strange. Most criminals will fabricate some sort of lie to escape their crimes. And if that detective really wanted to prove that he is innocent, you'd think he would at the very least offer up "I spaced out while on duty" or the like. Come on, Gumshoe. Time for your interrogation. He looks so bummed out. Detective Bad. Miles Edgeworth. I will go on ahead and report this to Papa.
And that, as they say, is that. Right, everyone? Ho, ho, ho.
Well, I suppose we should both be getting back to our real jobs now, huh?
Before we do, Ms. Yu, there's something I'd like to speak with you about. What is it?
So, what did you want to ask me about? The current case of the murdered Cadopian Embassy staff member. I've heard that people have begun calling it the second KG-8 incident. Only among you law enforcement types. And what about it?
I'd like for you to tell me everything you know about the original KG-8 incident.
I'm afraid I can't help you. I don't know anything beyond what was reported in the papers.
No, I believe you know much more, since you are directly tied to the KG-8 incident.
I'd appreciate it if you'd stop with the false accusations. Baseless outbursts are useless both inside and outside the courtroom, you know?
I do, but I also know that I do have a leg to stand on here.
Think you can stop making that ultra-serious face in front of me?
Ugh.
If you could please stop laughing for just 1 second.
I'm not going to make any headway like this. I'm just going to have to show her exactly how related to the KG-8 incident she is. The materials that says her sister was a victim. Well, I assume it's sister. I can't imagine any other relation. Ms. Yu, I believe that I have proof of your connection to the KG-8 incident.
That file is your proof? Very well then. Why don't you tell me exactly how I'm related to the KG-8 incident?
Through the victim. Your connection to the KG-8 incident is through the victim. The victim's name is CCU. That name still cracking me up. You will note that she has the same last name as you. Can you really still tell me with a straight face that you are not related to this case?
Sorry, but we're not related.
What?
Just kidding. You asked that question with such a serious look on your face.
And I couldn't help but... Ugh. Ms. Yu, I ask that you please tell me the truth.
All right, I'll tell you everything I know. As you guessed, the one who reported the smuggling activities of the Amano group was my sister, CCU. As I thought. And she was killed right before she was to testify at the impending trial.
Did anyone else die? No, nobody died. We're just talking to Laughy Lady. And, Gumshoe's been arrested, because they still think he's, a suspect.
By Manny Cochin. But because he was tried once, and was acquitted, he gets to live out the rest of his cushy life, completely carefree.
All because of a lack of evidence.
No, I heard that the evidence to convict him did exist.
What?
I heard it from Mr. Faraday himself after Mr. Cochin's trial was over.
Yes, her sister did die, but this was no knowledge. Also, hello, Umakopia, welcome in.
Apparently, a man in black made off with the most important piece of evidence.
Then the evidence had been tampered with?
Isn't it just like a criminal to do something like that? The smuggling ring being run out of the Amano group by one of its secretaries. They bailed Mr. Cochin out. Turns out they were in league with each other all along.
How big was that smuggling ring?
I don't really know. Which is why I wanted to become the lead defense. On this case that people are calling the second KG-8 incident. But I haven't learned anything new at all. I was probably expecting too much, I know.
You mean this case has nothing to do with the smuggling ring?
I don't know what to think.
Poor lady. Hello, how are you? Also, tell me, Uma, if I'm saying your name wrong, or if you prefer me to call you by a different nickname. Why did Mr. Cochin want to meet with you earlier?
Actually, he came to watch the trial. Apparently, he only found out that I was the defense lawyer on this case after he'd arrived. He figured he should say hi. And one other thing. Looks like you couldn't resolve anything this time either. Too bad.
What's that supposed to mean?
boy, stop it with the scary face already. I'm fine, really. I gave him a good slap across the face.
Ooh, you go, girl.
The way she talks about slapping him as she laughs away is kind of creepy.
No, I think he deserves it.
But it's just as Mr. Bad said. He's not related to the double murder. I asked around and people in the gallery claimed that he was in his seat the entire time. Talk about cruel fate. Well, this is about all I know. Sorry. Guess I wasn't much help, huh?
That's not true. I'm sorry I made you recall such a painful time in your life.
Edgeworth, you really are too serious for your own good. You really need to learn to relax. We wouldn't want you to die of stress, would we?
Thank you for the advice, but there's no need to worry. I work in my own way, and I will catch this criminal in my own way as well. You'll see. Your pronunciation is very good, but you can just call me Uma? Yeah! I'm always very happy when I get people's names right. I'm not good at pronouncing words very well on the first try, so I'm glad that I could get you correct, and Uma it is.
Look at you with your game face on, ready to go.
I'm making no such face.
Did you know? Laughter is the best medicine, Edgeworth. Don't you get tired of making such a serious face all the time?
I'm charged with making sure that all the criminals of this world are found guilty. I have no need for laughter.
Ooh.
Can we get this man on some antidepressants? Stat? I gotta hook him up with my doctor, with my GP, with my dealer.
There you go, making that face again. Oh well. I've got to get going. I still have a few loose ends I need to tie up.
Poor thing. Losing your sister like that. The KG-8 incident and this murder investigation. It is my belief that these two cases are related to each other somehow. Plus, that detective, Detective Gumshoe. It's obvious he's lying, even though the lie is hurting his chances. Clearly, this case is far from over. But whether or not that detective is the murderer can only be determined once I've completed my perfect investigation. Mr. Von Karma, I swear to uphold your honorable name, or my name isn't Miles Edgeworth. To be continued. Oh, and that is where we will leave it. That was good. 2 murders, they look like they've killed each other, but there was a third person in there. I'm still gunning on Bad, and possibly Bad and Manny Cochin being in cahoots with each other. That's my theory. I don't think you did it. I don't think that, what the fuck is going on with that guy at the faucet? Okay, that's all right. We exit the game, though. Oh, that was fun. This is a very interesting, case. I think you might be right. I hope so. I haven't been doing great with theories. I did not come up with a theory for the Lance thing for ages. It took me a while to get it. And then it didn't take me... And then I got the other one wrong completely. The first case, not the tutorial case, the plane case, I got that one completely wrong because I thought it was evil guy. I thought it was the art dealer guy. Not evil guy. Proven to be not evil guy, actually. All right. Thank you everyone so much for coming to stream today. Thank you for all the love, everybody, for the donations and the gift subs and the bits and the follows. You're still getting the hang of it? A little bit. It's often been quite obvious when I've played the other games that I know who it is, but they often just straight up tell us who it is as well as the thing. So, let's find someone to raid. Oh my goodness, there are so many people on right now that I think we can do. Let me take out some options here. Okay.
I'll give you 3 options of what to rate out to. Would we like to watch some Valorant? Would we like to watch some Blueprints? Or would we like to watch some Skyward Sword? What's the, what are we thinking here? What game would we like to watch? Because I'm not sure what to pick. I can pick. Valorant sounds good. I am happy to go to Valorant. That also helps because then I won't get any spoilers for Blueprints because I want to play Blueprints so badly. I want to play Blueprints so badly. It looks like right up my alley because it's like a puzzle game and everything. I think I'd be obsessed if I played it. I need to know how much it is, and then I'll see what I can do. All right, let's see. We will be rating my friend Max, aka by Genderly. They are a very lovely person. I don't know what Blueprints is. It's a puzzle game where you enter a mansion and you have to find a secret room to the mansion by solving puzzles in other rooms. However, there are quote-unquote days in the game, right? And every day in the game, the rooms and the puzzles change. So it's, yeah, it sounds really interesting. Yeah, it is quite new, but I've watched a bit of Patrick Static play it, and I know Wade, Lord Minion 777 is playing it as well. So I've seen a lot of hype around it. I didn't have my hands free for most of it, so I didn't get to chat as much. That's no worries. You don't have to apologize for that. But yes, let's send some love to my friend Max. This is the raid message. You watch Lord Minion 777? I absolutely do. I love so much of his stuff. He's such a cool guy. I've actually seen him live because I saw him at the You're Welcome tour with like Mark and Bob and Ethan and Tyler and stuff. But yeah, won't be sticking around for the raid today? That's fine. Have a good night, Ouija. The Gmod FNAF videos? His Gmod videos are so good. All right, everyone. This is the raid message for those who are followers of the stream, and for subscribers of the stream, this is the, and my Discord's already come up as well. So if you want to join the Discord, feel free. Later this week, we will be playing a community game. We'll be playing Golf with Your Friends. So I hope you guys can join me for that if you so wish. I think it may be still on sale on Steam. So go nab it up if you want to play with us. And if you want to follow me on other social medias, I am on YouTube, Blue Sky, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. But yeah, thank you everyone so much for coming. We will be playing more of Edgeworth next week. But for now, I will see you all around. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.